It's Friday, December 19th. A 43-year-old woman is facing a charge of first-degree murder in the death of her mother, a retired Carleton University professor.
Starting January 1st, employees with more than 25 people on their payroll must post compensation ranges in all their publicly advertised job postings.
Oh, it's awesome. It is fantastic.
And graduation day at the Ottawa Mission. We learn how the Food Services Training Program is setting up former Mission clients for success. Your Morning Ottawa starts right now. Everybody, come on and join us. Happy Friday. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb, and Rosie is away for today.
She's away today, but now we are only 6 days away from Christmas.
The countdown is on, and every time I hear it get smaller and smaller, that number, I get a little more nervous, like, do I have everything done?
Yep.
Am I actually ready? I feel like you're never ready as a parent. You're like, uh-oh. Did I forget this? Did I get that? And then, panic ensues.
The things just like pile up to the things that you could potentially forget about. Although I guess for certain people too, we are officially 1 day away from Boxing Day sales.
Oh, yes. My card is already loaded.
Get those tabs open. We'll start with our news headlines to see if we're going to get any more snowfall before Christmas. And we're starting with a 43-year-old woman that is facing a charge of first-degree murder in the death of her mother, a retired Carleton University professor. Police say officers were asked by a concerned community member to do a wellness check earlier this week. Officers were called to the home on County Road 2 in Lansdowne. When they arrived at the home, they found her dead. Police have identified the victim as 78-year-old Catherine Graham. Her daughter, who has the same name, 43-year-old Catherine Graham, is charged with first-degree murder. The victim worked for years at Carleton in the School of Public Policy and Administration. She's also being recognized for her volunteer work in the Thousand Islands area. Here's more from police.
We don't believe there's anyone else involved in this, but we still have to continue collecting evidence and talking to witnesses. And as part of that, if anyone does have any information that could shed light on what took place prior to the killing, we want to hear from them.
In a statement, Carleton writes, Graham was a distinguished scholar, leader, and public servant whose career profoundly shaped the fields of public policy, local governance, community development, and Indigenous policy in Canada. Police say they can't speculate on the motive. The victim's daughter remains in custody. She was arrested and charged on Wednesday.
We are less than 1 week to Christmas, and families are thinking of ways to stay healthy and get together. But this troubling flu season has health officials concerned.
Anyone over the age of 6 months can be vaccinated. And unfortunately, anyone can get serious complications from flu, and anyone can pass away from flu complications.
We learned this week 3 Ottawa area children have died from complications due to flu, and the rate of infection detected at CHEO is 44 times higher than last year. Many children have stayed home sick from school this week. Ottawa's top doctor says it's not too late to get your flu shot and advises that you should stay home if you're not feeling well. The Kingston doctor ordered to repay the Ontario government hundreds of thousands of dollars will have her case reviewed. Dr. Elaine Ma took her fight to court after she was asked to give back $600,000 she charged OHIP during the pandemic. Dr. Ma billed the province for drive-through vaccine clinics she ran. She mobilized other physicians and medical students to help administer the vaccine, but the Ministry of Health came back and said it was improper use of billing. Dr. Ma is disputing that claim, and the court has now agreed to a judicial review. The ruling, written by Justice Wendy Matheson, says it was unreasonable for the Health Services Appeal and Review Board to state there were not extenuating circumstances during the pandemic. The case has been referred back to the board to determine the amount Dr. Ma should be reimbursed OHIP.
Starting January 1st, employers with more than 25 people on their payroll must post compensation ranges in all of their publicly advised job postings. The range can't have a gap bigger than $50,000 unless the pay range exceeds $200,000. Employers will also be required to disclose the use of artificial intelligence in their hiring process.
Ontario's Premier and the feds have striked a deal that will help the province move projects along faster. It's a promise to cooperate on environment and impact assessments by removing red tape. From what the Prime Minister and Premier have said, this deal means a cooperative effort to streamline the construction process of major projects. Some may suggest it takes away federal oversight, but many argue it removes the redundancy. Here's how the Prime Minister describes it.
This agreement will speed up project approval timelines by introducing a new one project, one review approach. And under the agreement, Canada and Ontario will have a streamlined and flexible assessment process that will make approvals more efficient, delivering major projects faster while maintaining both federal and provincial standards.
Premier Ford says this agreement is the last step in the plan to begin construction at the Ring of Fire this June. That project is a massive undertaking to create roads leading to new mining opportunities.
A new member will be joining the Sens Ring of Honor.
Jacques Martin came in and he brought structure, team play. But he was really ahead of his time and a great teacher. Thank you, Jacques.
96. Jacques Martin coaches his first game at Canadian.
On January 24th, Jacques Martin will be added to the Ring of Honor. He was the coach who first took the Ottawa Senators to the playoffs back in 1997 and produced competitive teams consistently for years. His longtime captain and colleague, Daniel Alfredson, surprising him with the news in a video that they were voicing together side by side.
Every morning when you watch this show, you see us on air, but behind the scenes is a team of people working together to make it all happen. And leading our team here at Bell Media Ottawa is someone named Peter Angioni, our Director of News, Information and Programming, who is now leaving for Toronto, and we are saying goodbye.
The worst thing that can happen for us is our staff gets sick and we can't provide the stories to our viewers and listeners.
We're here at the family kickoff.
Every day, he works to make our television, radio, and digital news coverage better. We wanted to say thank you, Peter. Every story that you have seen, listened to, or read online, Peter made it all happen. And, you know, it's bittersweet is made for situations like this, because what Peter has done here, even since I started on the promotions team 10 years ago, he's changed the entire aura of what we do here in this building. He's been a mentor to me, I know to you as well. We are going to miss him so much, but we're also so proud of him and can't wait for his next chapter. But man, are we going to miss him.
Oh my goodness. I think for me, it's always Peter's vision.
Yeah.
I remember when I walked in here as a very young junior reporter, and I had a very extensive sports background, believe it or not, before I came here. And sports is what I did and what I knew. And he's like, I see you as weather. And I thought to myself at first, what is he talking about? Like, what do you mean weather? And I mean, here I am all these years later, and I think it was such a fit. And I think sometimes he sees something beyond what the individual sees. Like, he just has this vision, and for whatever reason, his vision sometimes seems a little out of the box, and you think, this isn't going to work. And then when you see it all come together, you're like, wow, that was brilliant.
100%. I was going to say, like, almost to a T.
Yeah.
I feel like one of his many superpowers is that he sees the potential in somebody beyond what you can even see years down the line. And even when I left here to go to Sudbury, you know, he told me things that have stuck with me to this day. And it's a really sad but exciting time.
Exactly.
But we love you, Peter.
We're glad he's not leaving the network. Like, he's staying with the network. He's moving on his expertise onto Toronto to kind of offer them his brilliant mind. But we will definitely miss him over the next little while for sure. But we're still going to see his emails, which I like. And he says he's still going to be watching us very closely.
He says he's going to be checking in, and we'll make sure of that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guess what? It's Friday, and I forgot my weather clicker. But thankfully, we have such a wonderful team behind the scenes here today.
Please step on floor.
That when I gave the panic look, the mimes, they understood what I was saying.
He did give us
Thank
a cheer.
you, Adam. Thank you. Are you going to do the weather for me now? Do you understand what this board says?
No.
No?
we got snow and we got rain and
Do you know which is which?
no.
Okay. I'll help you out. Thank you so much, Adam. See, it's the behind-the-scenes team that makes our team so great. We do have a couple of warnings. There is a snowfall warning for Montreal, a rainfall warning for areas to the north of us, just as in Mont-Tremblant. For us here in the city, we have a special weather station statement. That's because we're expecting this rain, which of course we are seeing outside right now. Then to the south of us, a rainfall warning for Brockville. And then for areas of Kingston, they could see more snow, rain, and of course they also are expecting stronger wind gusts today as well. So it's going to be a messy day regardless of where you are in the city. And if you are traveling today, just keep that in mind. We are indeed in store for some messy weather across the region. Temperatures this morning already very warm. We're sitting at 8 degrees. Now this is the warmest we will be today. This is our daytime high. We'll be warmest this morning, and temperatures will actually drop quite quickly into the afternoon. On top of warm temperatures, we're dealing with rain. So it started to rain in the overnight, and that is what we will see today. And you could see rain quite heavy at times as well. We're dealing with light rain right now, but we're still expecting heavier rain throughout the afternoon and early morning hours. So we could see 10 upwards of 20 millimeters of rain by later on this afternoon. Now temperatures are going to drop quite quickly. By 4 p.m. today, we'll be hovering around -1. So you'll see temperatures are going to start to drop around 11 a.m. and drop fairly quickly into the afternoon. We are expecting this changeover from rain to snow. It looks like somewhere between 2 and 4 p.m. Now we could see this band of freezing rain, and you can see this pink band on our screen. It's going to go from rain to freezing rain to snow. That changeover looks like it should happen around 2 p.m. We could see that freezing rain and then snow starting around 4 p.m. On top of 10 to 20 millimeters of rain, we could see 2 centimeters of snow. So some mixed precipitation on the way for today, messy weather on the way this morning, which will continue into the afternoon. So the messier part will be late this afternoon into your early evening, of course, for your drive home. Now this snow will clear up into our overnight tonight and into your day tomorrow. We will get to see some sunshine. And then as we head into Sunday, more snow on the way. So it's indeed looking like a white Christmas, even though it's not looking so good outside right now with the warm temperatures and all that rain. We are indeed in store for a white Christmas. On top of all this messy precipitation, we're also expecting stronger wind gusts today, gusting out of the southwest this morning, 20 up to 40 kilometers an hour. Those wind speeds will pick up sometime later on this morning and will be gusting 40 to 60 kilometers an hour. So very intense winds in the forecast for us, especially areas along Kingston. Daytime highs today, well, we're already there. We're sitting at 8 degrees this morning, and that's our warmest time of the day will be this morning. Around 11 a.m. is when temperatures will then gradually drop into your afternoon. You could see quite warm across the region for your daytime highs, 3 in Bancroft, 5 for Trenton, 6 in Kingston, 5 in the Valley, 11 is the daytime high out in the Seaway, 7 in Kittigat-Zibi, 6 in Mont-Tremblant. So over the next couple of days, less messy weather on the way. Today's the last day of kind of messiness for us. 8 degrees is a high. That's where we're sitting right now. Temperatures will start to shift around 11 a.m., drop to -1 by 4 p.m., then all the way to -8 overnight. Into your day tomorrow, much calmer skies for us. -3 is the daytime high, so temperatures fairly seasonal. -2 for Sunday. Actually a beautiful weekend for us this weekend. We'll see some fresh snow and be able to get outside because it won't be overly cold. As we head into next week, it'll start off a little cold on Monday, some flurries Monday and through Tuesday, sunshine for Wednesday, a cold day with a high of -8. On the roads this morning, here is a look at your time saver traffic and no major issues east to west. Traffic is still looking pretty decent this hour. Just dealing with a little bit of fog and again some wet pavement, so it could be a little bit slippery. Give yourself some extra time.
Thanks, Melissa. Well, coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa.
Oh, it's awesome. It is fantastic.
Graduation day at the Ottawa Mission. We meet some of the people who have completed the Food Services Training Program. Details on that right around the corner. We're going to take a peek outside through our Centennial Glass Skycam. Free car wash day for all those who have had the dirty cars over the last week with the mixed precipitation, the snowfall in the dirt. But then, as you just heard from Melissa, it is a messy afternoon. We'll see if it'll linger over the next few days. Stay with us, everyone, and happy Friday. Welcome back, everybody. Here are the big stories that we're following today on Your Morning Ottawa. A 43-year-old woman is facing a charge of first-degree murder in the death of her mother, a retired Carleton University professor. A reminder from health officials to get your flu shots ahead of the holidays. And Ontario's premier and the feds have striked a deal that will help the province move projects along a little bit faster. Let's take a look at the forecast, though, because we are continuing to see a wet day. Temperatures are going to be 8 degrees this afternoon. Chance for that rainfall continues, but then temperatures temperatures start to drop into the afternoon. Then as we head into the evening hours, it transitions to some snowfall. So a messy day out there, making sure we have plenty of windshield washer fluid into our cars. And a messy day will continue into tomorrow morning. Let's take a look at the roads because nothing major to report at this current time. Smooth sailing, but as the conditions really start to change, and Melissa letting us know temperatures drop around midday, that's when we start to see the change from rain to freezing rain to snow. If anything changes throughout the morning, though, we'll be sure to let you know of any detours. The Ottawa Mission is more than a place to sleep or to have a meal. It's for many, it's a chance at a fresh start. And this week, more than 30 graduates completed the food services training program, and most already have a job lined up. Here's CTV's Peter Sperling.
The start of a new chapter.
Oh, it's awesome. It is fantastic.
Ash Perry, graduating from the Ottawa Mission's Food Services Training Program.
Being able to do something like this, it's an absolute blessing.
He's one of 32 students celebrating. And after learning the skills required to work in a commercial kitchen, he's already found work at a downtown restaurant.
All because of this.
It's a complete turnaround from where his life was last year.
Things got pretty dark for me. And I was heavily into drugs, and I had lost everything. And through programs like Jericho Road, the Ottawa Mission, a family that was very supportive, I was able to do the work and get myself back out of that.
Each graduate here with a different story, making a change.
I think they all surprised me a bit because I meet them on the first day, and then up until the last day, the changes they've made in their lives, the choices they've made, they've just done wonderful.
The program started more than 20 years ago. The mission says around 90% of grads find employment in the food service industry.
It's a big piece of how we do things differently here at the mission, that when you come in the blue doors for a meal or perhaps for a bed, we hope to put you on a course where you can get help.
Joseph Park with a dream of becoming a chef.
I tried to apply to a restaurant for a job and nobody was hitting me back, no one was responding to me. And then I tried to look at maybe I could go to culinary school, but that's really expensive and unaffordable.
Now he's one step closer.
It's definitely kind of helped put me on the path to kind of achieving those goals.
New goals and opportunities for these grads.
If my story would help one person find a way out of where I was a year ago, then it's worth sharing. It's definitely worth sharing.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
All right, so we'll be hearing from you a little bit later on in the show. Here's our question. We are asking, how are you spending the holidays? Are you staying put? Do you have some traveling to do to go visit some family? Or are you saying goodbye, Ottawa, and you are heading somewhere warm? Let us know. Send us your thoughts at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. Well, there was a busy 2025 in headlines here in Ottawa and around the world. Let's bring in the eternal optimist, the Ted Lasso of Bell Media, Bill Carroll from the Morning Rush on News Talk 580 CFRA.
Finally, someone sees the real me. Thank you, Will. Thank you. That means a lot.
The least I could do.
I'm trying to be very optimistic because this is the last time we'll talk before the new year comes. So I was thinking about the state of the world, and there are still some things we need to work out in the world, and there always will be, I suppose. But, you know, it is nice not to wake up every morning and hear that hundreds more people have been killed in Gaza. There's a ceasefire there. And so, you know, maybe it will be an enduring one. And maybe as a result of that, too, we'll see a drop in the rise of anti-Semitism we've seen in the world in the past couple of years. Again, I'm not trying to be naive. I think at the very least, if the anti-Semitism continues to swell the way it has been with issues resolved more or less in Gaza, at least a ceasefire underway, then I think we'll know that some people just will never accept the Jewish people or the Jewish state. But I do hope that we can be optimistic now and that a long-term solution can be found for the Palestinian people as well. So I'm feeling better about that. Some talks going on that could end the Ukraine war. That's a good thing. Donald Trump seems very nervous these days about the state of the economy. Maybe that'll push him into an agreement with Canada on tariffs, and we won't see the loss of many more Canadian jobs. So, you know, some better news there. And the city of Ottawa, maybe we'll finally get that new train link all the way out to Orleans completed, and that'll make the commute easier for a lot of people. So, you know, it could be a great year ahead. The reality is, though, Will, It's just the way life works. There's always pain, there's always loss, and you just hope in life you can balance that out with the good things. Richard Branson, the billionaire, said something this week that really struck me, and I want to take his words and make them my final words of the year. He just lost his beloved wife, and he said his grief is uncomplicated. I thought I knew what that meant right away, but he did explain it just in case we don't understand. What he meant by that is because he and his wife had such a good relationship, they never spoke ill of each other, they didn't argue, they spoke with love, they treated each other with respect. And in the end, when she's gone, his feelings are uncomplicated because they had a good life. So and they made memories. He said, we just tried to make great memories every day. And he felt he did that. So yes, he's grieving, but it's not complicated with regrets. And that's all we can hope for in our lives, that we have more good luck than bad, more gains than losses, and the losses we do have are uncomplicated. So I want to wish you all, whatever you celebrate, Merry Christmas. That's what our family will be doing. Whatever you're celebrating, I hope you have a great holiday. And may next year be more good than bad and uncomplicated in its losses.
I love that, Billy, and you know me pretty well, so you know that I love that quote, and to always try to think about the love that we have in this world. And we always appreciate you chiming in each and every morning, providing us with all the details, good or bad, with what we need to know. Happy holidays to you and the whole family.
Have a great holiday, guys.
And remember, you can still listen to The Morning Rush just today before he heads off on holidays on News Talk 580 CFRA weekdays from 6 till 10 a.m. We're going to take a peek outside. Still raining out there through our Skycam on George Street, so pack the umbrella. We will be right back.
On Your Morning Ottawa, we're asking for your comments on how you are spending the holidays. Yes, we're getting a little nosy today. We want to know what you're up to. So please let us know. You can join the conversation and send us an email, yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca.
We're getting a little nosy.
Yeah,
I like that.
We want to know your plans.
Yeah, we do. We kind of do that each and every day, but this one is a little bit more personal.
Yeah.
You guys have anything special planned this year?
We are staying put. I'm very lucky. My husband's family lives in Thunder Bay, so we've gone there before. We had kids, but now that we have children, it's just hard logistically getting there. It's an 18-hour drive, so that's out of the window with 2 kids. And to travel and fly this time of the year when I only have a short window off, it's just too much. So we are staying put, we are staying here, but we'll be celebrating with my family. So we're very fortunate that my family lives 2 minutes away from us, so we'll be celebrating with them.
That's so nice, right? Because
yes,
obviously, I don't have kids, but I just hear from, most first couple of years when you travel with the kids and you have to go really far, it's something. So it's probably so nice for you guys to not have to travel anywhere this year.
Exactly. And you're home for the first time.
It's so nice. I'm finally home for the first time in 8 years. I don't need to go anywhere either.
I love it.
But we'll be hearing from you a little bit later in the show. So that's what we're asking. As Melissa stated, we're getting nosy today. How are you spending the holidays? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. We will be right back.
Good morning and happy Friday. Welcome to Your Morning Ottawa. I'm Melissa Lamb.
I'm Willa Yellow. Rosie is off today, but we got you covered throughout the day. And we're going to get right to our news headlines because a 43-year-old woman is facing a charge of first-degree murder in the death of her mother, a retired Carleton University professor. Police say officers were asked by a concerned community member to do a wellness check earlier this week. Officers were called to the home on County Road 2 in Lansdowne, and when they arrived at the home, they found her dead. Police have identified the victim as 78-year-old Catherine Graham. Her daughter, who has the same last name, 43-year-old Catherine Graham, is charged with first-degree murder. The victim worked for years at Carleton in the School of Public Policy and Administration. She's also being recognized for her volunteer work in the Thousand Islands area. Here's more from police.
We don't believe there's anyone else involved in this, but we still have to continue collecting evidence and talking to witnesses. And as part of that, if anyone does have any information that could shed light on what took place prior to the killing, we want to hear from them.
In a statement, Carleton writes, Graham was a distinguished scholar, leader and public servant whose career profoundly shaped the fields of public policy, local governance, community development, and Indigenous policy in Canada. Police say they can't speculate on the motive. The victim's daughter remains in custody, and she was arrested and charged on Wednesday.
Prime Minister Mark Carney says talks over relief from U.S. tariffs likely won't restart until CUSMA comes under review.
My judgment is that that is now going to roll into the broader CUSMA negotiations. So we're unlikely, given the time horizons coming together, to have a sectoral agreement.
CUSMA comes up for review next year, and Canada will begin formal talks with the U.S. in mid-January. Prime Minister Carney also said Canada and the U.S. were close to a deal on tariff relief for sectors like steel, aluminum, and lumber, but that was before Ontario started airing anti-tariff ads in the U.S. Ontario Premier Doug Ford has no regrets.
Well, number one, that was the best ad that's ever been run, 12.4 billion views. We wanted to bring it to the attention of the American people. And be very frank, it was President Trump. If he didn't comment on it, rather than 12.4 billion views, it might be 12.4 people viewing it.
Carney making some faces when Doug Ford was asked about the ad. The ad angered President Trump, and he cut off trade talks with Canada after it aired.
A woman is in hospital with serious injuries after she was struck by a vehicle in Vanier, and police say that the driver fled the scene. The collision happened on MacArthur Avenue yesterday morning between LaFontaine and Lacasse Avenues just before 10 o'clock. Police say the woman was walking on the sidewalk when she was struck by a red Dodge minivan that did not remain at the scene. She was brought to hospital in critical but stable condition. Anyone who witnessed the collision or who may have dash cam footage is asked to contact Ottawa Police.
Quebec's health minister stepped down to sit as an independent, a major blow to Premier François Legault's government. The sudden departure of Christian Dubé deals a significant setback to the CAQ party. His resignation comes after he pushed for a controversial bill to change the way doctors are paid, including basing some of their salaries on performance targets. The Quebec government has since backtracked on some contentious aspects of the deal, which doctors now have until today to vote on. A former NASCAR legend is among 7 people killed in a private plane crash in North Carolina. The Cessna burst into flames, skidding along the runway at a small airport north of Charlotte. The jet had just taken off from that same airport but turned around and attempted to land. The plane is owned by former NASCAR driver and avid pilot Greg Biffle. His family confirming tonight that Biffle, his wife, and 2 kids were on board and among those killed.
Ontario Provincial Police are reminding drivers that a cat doesn't count as an extra passenger. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Officers stopped a woman driving alone in the HOV lane on Highway 417 near Terry Fox Drive. OPP say they mistakenly believed that because she had her cat with her, she was allowed to use the HOV lane. She received a $110 fine and 3 demerit points. The Ottawa Senators picked up a big win on home ice against Pittsburgh.
Power play. Down low. Batherson rolls off control. He scores. Capitalizing on the power play, and the Senators take a 1-0 lead.
That goal horn we always want to hear. First goal was from Brady Tkachuk, who scored twice during the game. The final score, 4-0 for the Ottawa Senators. They were coming off a 3-game road trip, and they are back on ice at the CTC tomorrow. They are facing the Chicago Blackhawks.
The Ottawa Police Service's annual Purse Project has wrapped up, delivering more than 400 purses to women's shelters across the city.
We see firsthand our officers are dealing with members in the community who are struggling, either financially or with homelessness, and this provides women some dignity and an ability to look after themselves.
Each purse is filled with toiletries and feminine hygiene products. This marks the 10th year of the project. Since 2015, thousands of purses have been filled and delivered to women living in local shelters.
I love that. Such a great initiative.
It is, right? And I love this time of year because there's so many great initiatives like that coming on at such an important time at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And things like from every, we got toys, we got feminine hygiene products, we got the Salvation Army, we have our food drive. There's so much need in our community.
Absolutely, absolutely. And our community really always comes together and delivers, so it's so magical to see this time of the year.
They certainly do. And speaking of magical, you know, I'm hoping that the rainfall goes away in time for our 6-day Christmas day?
Yes, right? The good news is it's still looking like a wet Christmas, even though this morning it's not looking so good outside. Mild and wet to start off your morning, but then rain, snow mix into the afternoon. This weekend, snowy and a little bit cooler as well. We do have some important information to get to, a special weather statement for us here in the city. That's this kind of peachy pink band you see. But this extends from Ottawa, Smiths Falls, out in the valley, and to Hawkesbury. So we could see 10 to 20 millimeters of rain in the forecast for us. We will deal with some stronger winds as well. There are areas that were under a snowfall warning, including Montreal, then areas to the south of us, Brockville, a rainfall warning, snowfall warning for Kingston, and a wind warning as well down in areas out along the 401 because it's going to be extremely windy, especially later on this afternoon. Temps very warm to start off our day. We're already sitting at 8 degrees here this morning, so a very warm start to your morning. Temperatures will actually begin to drop. So this is our daytime high for this afternoon. 8 degrees in Kingston, 13 in Brockville, 11 out in Cornwall. It is very wet out there. We started seeing rain in the overnight. We will continue to see that rain this morning. Heavy at times as well. You can see this yellow, this orange. That's when rain will be at its heaviest. So we are expecting this rain to last this morning right through into your afternoon. It looks like around 2 p.m. is when we could see this shift from rain to snow, and we could see bands of freezing rain in between as well. So you can see it goes from rain, this pink band of freezing rain, before we see some snow. It looks like that changeover should happen around 2 p.m. That's when we could see a risk of freezing rain in the forecast. Snow starting around 4 p.m. And on top of the 10 to 20 millimeters of rain, we're expecting 2 centimeters of snow this evening right through into your overnight. And that's when skies will clear up as later on into your overnight tonight. Into your day on Saturday, a bit of a break from the messy weather. We will see some sunshine, but then Sunday, more snow on the way. So definitely looking like a white Christmas as we head closer to the big day. Wind gusts as well. Right now we're seeing some winds gusting out of the southwest, 20 up to 40 kilometers an hour, but you saw that green and that orange on your screen. That's when winds will intensify. Later on this afternoon, winds gusting 40 to 60 kilometers an hour. So very windy afternoon for us, especially areas along Cornwall, Brockville, Kingston. There is a windfall warning for areas in Kingston, and that is because winds will be extremely intense, especially later on this afternoon as well, which will continue into your evening. So we're already at our daytime high today, which is 8 degrees. Temperatures will drop starting by 11 a.m. this morning, hovering around 0 by 2 p.m. and then -1 by 4 p.m. So you'll see that shift happens pretty quickly. Temperatures will drop pretty quickly starting at 11 a.m. this morning. Already 6 degrees over in Mont Tremblant. Less messy as we head into tomorrow. Overnight tonight, temperatures falling all the way to -8, starting to shift around 11 a.m. -3 for tomorrow. Nice calm skies, a beautiful day to get outside. -2 on Sunday, some more fresh snow on the way for us. A little bit colder as we head into Wednesday. To start off next week, not so bad, but we will see those chance of flurries Monday and through Tuesday. Lots of sunshine for Wednesday, but colder with a high of -8.
Weather brought to you by Manotick Place Retirement Community, a community you can call home.
Here's a look at your time saver traffic. Still no issues to report. Traffic is smooth sailing this hour. Just keep in mind it could be a little bit slippery as we are dealing with all that rain.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers, 1-800-JUSTICE.
So, well, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, flu cases are going up, but vaccination rates are lagging. We'll check in with CTV's Scott Hurst for more on all these details coming up just ahead on CTV Your Morning Ottawa. We're going to take a peek back outside, and the rainfall continues through your Friday with temperatures already at their daytime high. Stay with us, everybody. We will be right back.
The most important part of any journey is to arrive safely. Hi, I'm Patricia Bowl.
And I'm Stefan Keys from CTV. Distracted or impaired driving can have devastating consequences.
Hey, it's Ashley.
And Gord from Ottawa's Pure Country 94.
Always plan for a designated driver, and please keep your phone down.
Everyone can help keep communities safe.
Drive safe. Brought to you by the Ottawa Safety Council. For more information on road safety programs and services, visit ottawasafetycouncil.ca.
The Bayshore team is thrilled to be working with Toy Mountain again this year. Please bring your new unwrapped toys to the first level just past the Apple Store. Bayshore and Toy Mountain helping families this holiday season.
Welcome back, everybody. Here are the big stories happening today on Your Morning Ottawa. As we take a look at our first story, we are going to continue to look at what's happening with the weather. A special weather statement remains in effect for greater parts of Ottawa as the travel season continues. Flu cases on the rise across eastern Canada with multiple deaths and not knowing the vaccination status. And we also have a daughter charged in the murder of her mother. Coming up, details on that. But first, taking a look at the forecast.
And yes, we do have that special weather statement in effect, and that's because we're expecting mixed precipitation today. Starting off mild this morning, seeing that rain, but then temperatures dropping really drastically into the afternoon. By 11 a.m., temperatures will start to fall. We'll be hovering right around -1 by 4 p.m., so that's when we could see the changeover to snow. But before that, we could see some freezing rain between 2 and about 4 p.m. Today's high 8 degrees. We're already sitting there this morning, so it's kind of a reverse day. Warmer this morning, colder this afternoon when you leave work. Calmer skies in the forecast for us tomorrow. -3 is the daytime high for Saturday, -2 on Sunday with some fresh snow. On your drive-in, still looking pretty decent this morning, just dealing with that wet pavement, so it could be a little bit slippery in some spots. Give yourself some extra time as always, but no collisions to report this morning.
Flu cases are skyrocketing across the country, but experts say vaccination rates this year are very low. Let's bring in CTV's Scott Hurst for more on this today. Good morning to you, Scott.
Good morning, Will.
So families across Canada are contending with a difficult flu season. We've heard from that, especially in the east. Health officials are concerned with the vaccination rate in children. What's the latest you can tell us from Atlantic Canada?
Well, we are seeing a rise in flu cases across many parts of the country, and according to experts, we're seeing this increase much earlier than in some previous years, already putting a strain on resources, with some emergency departments indicating that they're already feeling the pressure and they're feeling the impact. Now, the latest surveillance numbers from across the country show the percentage of positive tests above 20%. That's up from 13% just a week before. To put it into perspective and to add to that, at this point last year, that number was as low as 3% compared to 20% right now, with the peak of flu season last year not coming until February. All 3 maritime provinces are reporting a rise in flu numbers. We already know from Ottawa Public Health reporting earlier this week, tragically, 3 children died from influenza-related complications between 5 and 9 years old. In Ontario, from the most recent data, the overall positivity rate was at 25%. However, amongst kids 5 to 11, that rate was much higher at 63% and just over 50% for kids 12 to 19, so much more than the provincial average. And this has medical experts ultimately sounding the alarm about the number of people, particularly children, Will, getting the flu vaccine this year.
Yeah, and Scott, even here locally at CHEO, they're reporting a 44 times higher rate of children going to the hospital the same time last year. So it's very concerning. And with that rise in respiratory illnesses driving emergency departments at capacity in so many areas, what are some things that families can do to treat some of those minor symptoms?
Well, of course, no parent likes to see their kids feeling sick or under the weather. It is a heartbreaking and often powerless feeling. Ontario, as you mentioned, similar to CHEO, has seen a significant increase in the number of hospital admissions overall. So right now, health providers are ultimately asking parents to treat their kids with mild symptoms at home. Of course, if symptoms become much more severe, never hesitate to take your kids in for screening. So some of those symptoms include a fever, cough, aches and pains, chills, tiredness, headaches, sore throat, runny nose, or stuffy nose. Of course, with the holidays upon us, the recommendation is to avoid large gatherings if possible. I know a lot of us are looking forward to meeting up with family and friends, and ultimately stay home or keep your kids home if they're showing any of these signs and symptoms, Will.
Yeah, definitely a concerning number. The last thing we want is children getting sick during the holiday season. I just want to take a moment, Scott, also, I know you're not joining us next week, just to thank you for joining us each and every morning throughout the last year. It's been such a pleasure having you on, talking about what's going on locally here in the city, as well as across the world. It's been so wonderful. I wish you and the family a happy holidays, my friend.
Well, you as well. I always appreciate your time. Happy holidays and have a great rest of the year.
We are getting nosy this morning on Your Morning Ottawa. We want to know your plans for the holidays, so we are diving into your world and finding out what you're up to over the holiday season, and here's what you had to say.
All right, Sherry says we are spending the holidays with friends and family. Hubby is getting Mom's Sunday, and my friend Lisa is coming Christmas Eve and staying for Christmas dinner. The next day, We are looking forward to it. I know it's such a great time when you get to catch up with friends and family and actually a little downtime.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Elaine says Christmas, Oahu, family, friends, my twin brother's wedding, a gig for our band, and surfing the bonsai pipeline. Will, you should know what that is.
Oh my goodness, and I'm sad that I will not be joining you on that adventure. I'm jealous of everything that Elaine is talking about. I feel like she already knows me so well.
Absolutely. That does sound incredible, Elaine.
Richard says, no vacations outside Canada. Stay with family and enjoy a reunion with friends. Enjoy these times.
That's what it's all about, right? Getting together with your loved ones, your friends, and your family.
It's so great.
It is so great. So we want to know, how are you spending the holidays? Send us your comments at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca and join the conversation. And coming up here on Your Morning Ottawa, some good news for you. If you plan on serving a cheese board before Christmas dinner next week, we'll explain how it's connected to your brain. Here's a live look from our Skycam on George Street this morning. Yes, it's kind of a miserable start to your Friday morning. A little bit wet out there, but it is very mild. We're already sitting at 8 degrees. Time now for your morning fix, and we are starting off with Taylor Swift when she is sharing a sneak peek of the next episodes of the docuseries, offering a behind-the-scenes look at her high-profile Eras tour.
One time I trip over the hem of my dress, skid the palm of my hand off. Wasn't late.
The music superstar opens about some of the logistical challenges in putting together the record-breaking tour. She also shares some special moments with some of the special guests who took part, including her fiancé Travis Kelce and Sabrina Carpenter. Episodes 3 and 4 of the End of the Era docuseries are streaming now on Disney+. Can't wait to watch it. I've already watched 1 and 2.
And I love this. You were just telling me, too, how you love the performances, but your daughter, or sorry, you love the behind-the-scenes stuff, but your daughter just wants the performances as we go through.
Because her whole Vancouver show is also on Disney+, so you can watch from start to finish. So my daughter loves watching her perform and her sing and her dance and the glitz and glamour. I like the behind-the-scenes of give me the tea.
Little extra stuff that you wouldn't get, and I feel like that docu-series with the Swiftie fans, like that the numbers must be crazy.
Absolutely. Well, a new study out of Sweden suggests there could be some unexpected benefits of visiting the charcuterie board at your next holiday gathering. Researchers tracked the diets of nearly 28,000 people for an average of 25 years. Approximately 3,200 people developed dementia, but the risk was found to be 13% lower among people who consume more than 50 grams of high-fat cheese each day. The risk was 16% lower among people who consume 20 or more grams of high-fat cream each day. And the authors say the findings show an association rather than proof that those foods offer protection against dementia. And further research is needed, but the study was published in the Journal of Neurology. So the bottom line here is don't feel guilty going for that cheese board.
Yeah, definitely not.
Right?
And I mean, like, we needed one more reason to go for the cheese. And I know that, obviously, you can't have
cheese,
it.
No.
I stay away from it for the most part, but then, like, back in the day, I used to be the guy that would just take the cheese and just eat it by the bowl.
Oh, me too.
Okay, fine, I still do it sometimes.
I put cheese on everything. Like, when I first started dating Nigel, he's like, do you literally eat cheese on everything? I was like, guilty.
It's so good.
It's so good. And Pete Davidson is a dad. Davidson and his partner, Elsie Hewitt, welcomed a baby girl on December 12th. The girl's name is Scotty Rose Hewitt Davidson, named after Pete's late father, Scott, who was a New York City firefighter. He died in the line of duty in the 9/11 attacks. Look at these special moments.
Oh, that's so great. Look at Pete. And you know what's so great, too, is just because he's always, like, in the spotlight, you know, for doing something goofy or doing something controversial.
Or who he's dating.
Or who he's dating, right? So it's nice to see them, too, because you can see it on his face. He's just lit up in a very special moment
And those are, like, the most special moments ever in your life, is meeting your new little bundle of joy.
I trust you on that one.
Yeah.
Well, coming up in the next hour, we get some travel tips from Canadian Border Services Agency. What you need to know if you're traveling in and out of the country for Christmas. Plus, this week's new movies with Mr. Hollywood, including the return of Avatar. And we check out this week's hot properties with the Walker Group. All that and more to come on Your Morning Ottawa. Centennial Glass Skycam shows a little bit of a rain-filled start to our day. It is a messy day. Rain, freezing rain, snow, above seasonal, below seasonal, all in the forecast. Melissa breaks it all down. Stay with us, everyone. Happy Friday. It's Friday, December 19th. A 43-year-old woman is facing a charge of first-degree murder in the death of her mother, a retired Carleton University professor.
Starting January 1st, employers with more than 25 people on their payroll must post compensation ranges in all their publicly advertised job postings.
I'm going to spread your fire across the world. You need me.
And Melissa will be checking out this week's new movies in theaters, including the new installment in the Avatar franchise. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now. Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
Rosie is off today, and Melissa has some critical weather information you might want to know if you're doing any traveling. We will get to that coming up. We're going to start with our news headlines because a 43-year-old woman is facing a charge of first-degree murder in the death of her mother, a retired Carleton University professor. Police say officers were asked by a concerned community member to do a wellness check earlier this week. Officers were called to the home on County Road 2 in Lansdowne, and when they arrived at the home, they found her dead. Police have identified the victim as 78-year-old Catherine Graham. Her daughter, who has the same name, 43-year-old Catherine Graham, is charged with first-degree murder. The victim worked for years at the Carleton in the School of Public Policy and Administration. She's also being recognized for her volunteer work in the Thousand Islands area. Here's a little bit more from police.
We don't believe there's anyone else involved in this, but we still have to continue collecting evidence and talking to witnesses. And as part of that, if anyone does have any information that could shed light on what took place prior to the killing, we want to hear from them.
In a statement, Carleton writes, Graham was a distinguished scholar, leader, and public servant whose career profoundly shaped the fields of public policy, local governance, community development, and Indigenous policy in Canada. Police say they can't speculate on the motive. The victim's daughter remains in custody. She was arrested and charged on Wednesday.
We are less than 1 week to Christmas, and families are thinking of ways to stay healthy and get together, but this troubling flu season has officials concerned.
Anyone over the age of 6 months can be vaccinated, and unfortunately anyone can get serious complications from flu, and anyone can pass away from flu complications.
We learned this week 3 Ottawa area children have died from complications due to flu, and the rate of infection detected at CHEO is 44 times higher than last year. Many children have stayed home sick from school this week. Ottawa's top doctor says it's not too late to get your flu shot and advises that you should stay home if you're not feeling well. The Kingston doctor ordered to repay the Ontario government hundreds of thousands of dollars will have her case reviewed. Dr. Elaine Ma took her fight to court after she was asked to give back $600,000 she charged OHIP during the pandemic. Dr. Ma billed the province for drive-through vaccine clinics she ran. She mobilized other physicians and medical students to help administer the vaccine, but the Ministry of Health came back and said it was an improper use of billing. Dr. Ma is disputing that claim, and the court has now agreed to a judicial review. The ruling, written by Justice Wendy Matheson, says it was unreasonable for the Health Services Appeal and Review Board to state there were not extenuating circumstances during the pandemic. The case has been referred back to the board to determine the amount Dr. Ma should reimburse OHIP.
Starting January 1st, employers with more than 25 people on their payroll must post compensation ranges in all their publicly advertised job postings. The range can't have a gap bigger than $50,000 unless the pay range exceeds $200,000. Employers will also be required to disclose the use of AI in the hiring process.
Ontario's Premier and the feds have struck a deal that will help the province move projects along faster. It's a promise to cooperate on environment and impact assessments by removing red tape. From what the Prime Minister and Premier have said, this deal means a cooperative effort to streamline the construction process of major projects. Some may suggest it takes away federal oversight, but many argue it removes the redundancy. Here's how the Prime Minister describes it.
This agreement will speed up project approval timelines by introducing a new one project, one review approach. And under the agreement, Canada and Ontario will have a streamlined and flexible assessment process that will make approvals more efficient, delivering major projects faster while maintaining both federal and provincial standards.
Premier Ford says this agreement is the last step in the plan to begin construction at the Ring of Fire this June. That project is a massive undertaking to create roads leading to new mining opportunities.
A new member will be joining the Sens Ring of Honor.
Jacques Martin came in and he brought structure, team play. But he was really ahead of his time and a great teacher. Thank you, Jacques. 96, Jacques Martin.
On January 24th, Jacques Martin will be added to the Ring of Honor. He was the coach who first took the Ottawa Senators to the playoffs back in 1997 and produced competitive teams consistently for years. His longtime captain and colleague, Daniel Alfredson, surprising him with this video. They were voicing it together side by side.
A Japanese bride is getting a lot of attention for hosting a real wedding to her artificially generated groom.
The 32-year-old wiped away tears on her wedding day as she faced her to-be husband on her smartphone and attempted to place a ring on his finger using augmented reality glasses.
A year ago, ChatGPT advised her to end a relationship with her human fiancé, but then helped her generate a new one based on a video game character. Marriages involving AI are not legally recognized in Japan.
That's a first for me. I have not
absolutely.
seen that before. It's just another side of AI that I would never think about.
You know what's wild is the other day I came across an AI influencer, and I saw this influencer. I was like, oh, I've never seen this person before. I clicked in, it was an AI-generated influencer now in the industry. And I was like, this is wild to me.
It's getting out of control. It's so hard to know what you can trust or not, and we deal with that every day.
Yes, absolutely. We do have your weather picture of the day today, and this was sent to us from Daryl. It's two birds enjoying the sunny periods and the delicious crab apples.
Weather picture brought to you by Box Me Up. Moving, staging, renovating, just box me up.
And of course, we love seeing your weather shots. All you have to do is send an email with those pictures, weathershots@ctv.ca. Again, that email address is weathershots@ctv.ca. A couple of watches and warnings for us to start off our morning. For us here in the city, we have a special weather statement. It extends through Hawkesbury, Cornwall, and areas out in the valley as well. So that's this peach color that you're seeing on your screen. To the south of us, areas of Brockville, rainfall warning, windfall warning for Kingston, snowfall warning out in Montreal. So a bunch of watches and warnings this morning. It's going to be a messy day across the region, even along areas along the 401. It's starting off really warm, and we've actually warmed up. We are sitting at 9 degrees. So we were only supposed to reach a daytime high of 8 degrees. We've now reached a high of 9 degrees. So a very, very warm start to your morning. It is very wet out there to start things off. And temperatures very warm across the region. 13 for Brockville as well as in Cornwall. 9 is where we're sitting right now out in Kingston. So these are our daytime highs, but that's where we're also sitting this morning because it will be warmer this morning than late this afternoon. Still dealing with this messy, wet weather. So we started seeing rain in the overnight. We will continue to see rain over the next few hours until about 2 o'clock this afternoon. That's when we could see this flip over into snow. So before that, between 2 and about 4 is when we could see these bands of freezing rain. And then after that, we will see some snow. 10 to 20 millimeters of rain expected today, and another 2 centimeters of snow later on this evening. So very, very messy weather. We're going to see this rain change to snow later on. And again, bands of freezing rain at around 2 o'clock. So the drive home will be especially messy. Tomorrow, some sunshine, much calmer skies. But then Sunday, early in the morning, we are expecting more snow on the way. And we're going to see snow before Christmas as well. Winds today, you could see these green and then this yellow. These are just very intense winds gusts. Not so bad out there this morning. We're seeing winds gusting out of the southwest 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. Those will pick up speed into the afternoon and be gusting 40 to 60 kilometers an hour. So very windy conditions this afternoon. You saw some orange and some red and pink colors. Areas along Kingston, Belleville, they have a windfall warning. They're expecting more intense winds up to 80 kilometers an hour. So some very windy conditions along the 401 and areas along the Seaway as well. Temperatures this morning, we're sitting at around 8-9 degrees this morning. So a very warm start, but it is very wet. So you will need your umbrella this morning. Then later on tonight, you'll need your toque and your shovels because we're expecting some snow. So we're kind of seeing reverse. Usually it's colder in the morning, warmer in the afternoon. Not today. Temperatures hovering around 8 degrees. However, we surpassed that. We're now sitting at 9 for your daytime high. 5 degrees in Pembroke, 3 in Bancroft, 5 in Trenton, and 11 over in Cornwall. So daytime highs today, very, very warm, and it will start to drop around 11 o'clock. So that's when we'll start to gradually see this shift in temperatures and hover around -1 by 4 p.m. Overnight tonight, dropping all the way to -8. Tomorrow, calmer skies. -3 is the high. An actual beautiful weekend. Temperatures very average for this time of the year. Some fresh snow for Sunday. Next week, a little bit colder for Monday. Cold on Wednesday, but nice and sunny. And we will see some fresh snow before Christmas.
7-day weather forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business.
And here's a look at your drive-in. Still no major issues on the roads. We're dealing with regular volume right now. If you were heading off to work, the good news is we are still collision-free out there on your drive-in, and it's just a little bit slippery, so give yourself some extra time. That rain making things a little bit slick on the drive-in.
And coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, if you're traveling to or from Canada this Christmas, we got some things you can do to make sure that that trip is a little bit easier and give you some peace of mind. Our guests are standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge coming up. Outside, your Centennial Glass Skycam, as Melissa has just stated, rain and a messy Friday. But hey, here's the positive side. Less than a week away from Christmas. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Shania Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Carlingwood Shopping Centre is thrilled to once again be working with Toy Mountain to help collect toys for families across the Ottawa region. You can drop off unwrapped toys by entrance number 4 here at Carlingwood Shopping Centre. Carlingwood Shopping Centre and Toy Mountain, helping families this holiday season.
Welcome back. Here are the big stories we're following today on Your Morning Ottawa. A 43-year-old woman is facing a charge of first-degree murder in the death of her mother, a retired Carleton University professor. A reminder from health officials to get your flu shots ahead of the holidays. And Ontario's premier and the feds have striked a deal that will help the province move projects along faster. Let's take a look now at your forecast. And we do have some messy weather on the way. A special weather statement in effect for us here in the city. Temperatures this morning hovering around 8 degrees, 9 degrees. We're seeing that rain to start things off. That rain will shift into freezing rain later on this afternoon around 2 p.m. And then we're expecting some snow later on tonight, around 2 centimeters in total. On your roads this morning, traffic still looking fairly decent, just dealing with that wet pavement again, so it could be a little bit slick on your drive-in. The good news is we are collision-free. Now here's your TSN must-see moment.
Hello there, Kara Wagland inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. And for it, we head to Buffalo, where the Sabres were hosting the Flyers. Rasmus Dahlin cutting towards the net, drops it between the legs of Tage Thompson, who waits and then scores. Dahlin with a beautiful pass to find the wide open man. Thompson going to do the rest. He's now scored in 5 straight games, and Buffalo winning their 4th in a row. Big night in Buffalo. It is your must-see moment from Thursday. And coming up tonight on TSN, we got some college football playoffs for you. First round, Bama taking on Oklahoma. Kickoff for that one is set at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's all for now from Sports Center. Have a great day.
Well, it's a busy time of year with countless Canadians traveling over the holidays, which can be quite stressful. And the CBSA is sharing some advice on how to keep those worries at home so you can enjoy. Superintendent Stefan Blais is the detector dog handler, and he joins us with more this morning. We don't have the dog quite yet, but we might be having an appearance coming up soon.
We may.
We just don't know quite yet. I want to talk about that traveling to Canada. What do people need to know right now? Because I think it's really important that they have some ideas and some tips this season.
Yes, like traveling to Canada, super easy. Have your documents ready, your receipts ready. If you bought anything, declare your goods. Like anything you bought, received, declare them. It's going to be a smooth process. Like we're wanting to make this an easy and very fluid process.
Yeah, because, you know, at times, too, when you're going off, it's good to always be over-prepared than under-prepared when you're coming in. So flying into Canada, what are some things we should be aware of? So imagine I just got off the flight, I'm at the airport, or even prior to that, what should I be thinking about?
Like, if you're really into it, you can do advanced declaration, the old ArriveCan app, like 72 hours before, like put your declaration in, you get into the airport, scan your passport, receipts comes out, and you're basically done. Get in line, see the officer, and off you go.
I like that. Okay, so we're talking about flying, but what about if we're not going up above, we're staying on the ground low, and we're driving into Canada? Is there differences in certain things we should be aware of on that front?
Yes, on our website, there's border wait times. You can check that out before you leave. Plan your trip, like according to that. If it changes a few times an hour. Like, check it out, and maybe you can reroute to wherever you wait less.
Wherever you're going to go from there. And now, when it comes to imported goods, or something that we're kind of turning back into the country, I know that there's no-nos on that list, but there's also certain things that we can bring. What are some tips that we can have for what we should and should not be bringing, and some things that we can do if we do want to bring them into the country?
Like, drugs, obviously, a big no-no. Like, we have detector dogs, and we interdict them, and but a few things are like as you can see, Gundarak and Josh just found some drugs there.
Oh my goodness! Okay, so what are we watching right now? Because I am amazed.
This is a game. To him, this is a game. Like, he's trying to find drugs, and he gets rewarded, as you can see, when he finds the drugs.
So what just happened was, so he went from bin to bin here,
yes,
and then found where the contraband was located?
Yeah.
So in here we have narcotics in this one, which is where they place the plastic firearm as well.
Joshua, you look like your hands are tied a little bit there.
Yes. Good boy.
So what's that process like, Joshua? So when the dogs come, like, is there a certain protocol that you have with the dogs for travelers? Is it like a routine that they do each and every day?
So our main exercise with these dogs is for facilitation. So the benefit with these dogs is they can search a lot faster than humans can. So it gets people across the border a lot faster. So if Blay doesn't want to search a bag, we call him in, and he does it a lot faster than he does.
That's a pretty nice sidekick, if you ask me.
No,
right? You go for a coffee break, you're
exactly.
left in good hands.
I like that.
He's a good boy.
And I love, too, the congratulations, too. Is that like a big part of, like, once the dog has achieved what you need to, you give that high praise? How does that work?
Yeah, so they're number one. This is all game, like he said. And the only way that they want to keep doing this game is if we play with them. So whenever he finds a trained odor, we give him that reward. We make it big, and he wants to continue doing his job.
Oh my goodness, that is so cool. You must have seen this all day.
I've seen it a few times.
Good boy. Come on.
Oh, that's so good. Well, good job, buddy. And thanks, Joshua, for joining us. I think a well-deserved treat. Before we let you go, is there anything else you would like to say to people that are coming into Canada or potentially leaving, just for some last-minute tips?
Yeah, like, go see our website.
Yeah.
There's tons of info there. And if you don't want to, like, come and say hi before you go, either at the airport or at the land border. Ask questions. We're there to answer them and send you on your way.
Well, Sven, we really appreciate your time this morning, because lots of people are starting to think about traveling, and we want to make sure it's as stressless as possible. Appreciate your time this morning.
Not a problem. Anytime.
Melissa, over to you.
Well, the holidays can bring a lot of joy for many, but it can also be a very tough time for others. Joining us this morning, we have Jessica Fern from the Distress Center to talk about what resources you guys have for those who may need it this time of the year. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And most of us think of joy and festive and family and friends, but it can also be a very tough time for a lot of people.
That's really true. At the Distress Center of Ottawa and Region, we've been around 55 years, so we've seen a lot of holiday seasons. And we know that the holidays can, as you say, be a time of great celebration, but it can also be a bit of a perfect storm. There's a lot of increased demands on people's time and on their wallets. At the same time as the resources that they might usually tap into maybe aren't as available as they are during that holiday period. And those things together can really make it difficult for some.
And so what sorts of struggles do you usually typically see around the holiday season?
We often see that people during the holidays might be experiencing a higher level of crisis and stress, again, because of those different factors. They might not have the same types of connections and supports with family and friends, or maybe those are causing some stress. And so we do see people who are in a real heightened state of crisis, but we also see folks who just have a lot of big feelings and they need someone to talk to.
Tell us about how you guys can help for people who may be looking for a little extra support this time of the year.
Absolutely. Our services are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week in both English and in French. So folks can reach out to us and talk to a person at any time. But what a lot of folks don't know is that in calling us, they have the chance to just talk in a confidential, non-judgmental way. But we also connect folks with resources that might be helpful to them. So we can be a great place to go to if you want to know what other services are there for me or for the people I love.
And you're more than just a call center, right? A lot of times people think of you as a call center, but you're so much more than that.
We really are. We have some incredible partnerships with emergency and transit services. We also provide outbound calls. So that's for folks who have been perhaps in a hospital setting for mental health support. We can do a follow-up check to see how they're doing. We really provide that full spectrum of mental health support to try to help people to get from those intense, to keep them from getting into those intense crisis situations.
Can the holidays also kind of trigger certain individuals this time of the year as well? Can there be some triggers added because it's the holidays?
Absolutely. And what those are vary by person. There's no good or bad judgment there. If it matters to you, it matters to us. If it's on your mind, we want to hear about it. So we always say to folks, don't have this idea that you can only contact us if it's a big crisis. Obviously, we're there for that too, but we're there for every one of those feelings that you have. If it's something that's on your mind and you want to talk about it, please reach out.
Could it even be someone who's experiencing loneliness? They maybe don't have friends or family or support, and they're just lonely this time of the year.
That's a big percentage of the calls that we get. And we always say, if having that moment of connection keeps people from getting to that bigger place of crisis, then that's a wonderful use of our services. So folks can call us and tell us about their day, tell us about what they're thinking about. It really is an investment in people's mental health and resilience, and that is an incredible gift to the community.
And we want to give you some resources as well to contact the Distress Center. So we do have some phone numbers that you can reach out to them. So the best way is by phone call 613-238-3311. And you mentioned you have a website as well?
We do, yes, dcottawa.on.ca.
And people can also help support the Distress Center as well.
Yes, they can. We are a true community organization. We would not be able to do what we do if people didn't donate their time as volunteer responders, if they didn't support us financially through donations. But the number one ask I always have of people is to take a moment right now and put that phone number into your phone. Whether you need it for yourself, whether you can share it with a loved one or someone that you see in crisis, you can be that resource for people. You can make someone's day. You can save someone's life.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for joining us today and giving us more information on the Distress Center.
Thank you.
Will.
A great interview. Thanks, Melissa. Well, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, it's going to be a busy weekend at the movies. We check out what's showing, including SpongeBob Throwback. We also have Avatar and much more. Mr. Hollywood is hanging out. He'll be with us shortly. Taking a peek outside through our sky cam on George Street. Rain, not snowfall for now, but it will be changing into the afternoon. Melissa will have all those details coming up. Stay with us, and happy Friday.
The most important part of any journey is to arrive safely. Hi, I'm Patricia Bowl.
And I'm Stefan Keys from CTV. Distracted or impaired driving can have devastating consequences.
Hey, it's Ashley.
And Gord from Ottawa's Pure Country 94.
Always plan for a designated driver, and please keep your phone down.
Everyone can help keep communities safe.
Drive safe. Brought to you by the Ottawa Safety Council. For more information on road safety programs and services, visit ottawasafetycouncil.ca.
Good morning and Happy Friday, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I am Melissa Lamb.
I'm Will Yellow. Rosie is off today, and Melissa has some much-needed information based on your weather conditions.
Yeah.
Because it's a messy day out there right now, but it is looking promising for getting some snowfall for Christmas Day.
It doesn't look good out there right now. It looks kind of like a gray, dirty, because you're seeing the rain and the dirt.
Yeah.
But it will be a white Christmas, so don't worry. We got you covered.
You know I'm going to hold you to that.
Yes, exactly.
All right, we'll get to that shortly. We'll start with our news headlines. A 43-year-old woman is facing a charge of first-degree murder in the death of her mother, a retired Carleton University professor. Police say officers were asked by a concerned community member to do a wellness check earlier this week. Officers were called to the home on County Road 2 in Lansdowne, and when they arrived on scene, they found her dead. Police have identified the victim as 78-year-old Catherine Graham. Her daughter, who does have the same name, 43-year-old Catherine Graham, has been charged with first-degree murder. The victim worked for years at Carleton in the School of Public Policy and Administration. She's also being recognized for her volunteer work in the Thousand Islands area. Here's some more from police.
We don't believe there's anyone else involved in this, but we still have to continue collecting evidence and talking to witnesses. And as part of that, if anyone does have any information that could shed light on what took place prior to the killing, we want to hear from them.
In a statement, Carleton writes, Graham was a distinguished scholar, leader, and public servant whose career profoundly shaped the fields of public policy, local governance, community development, and Indigenous policy in Canada. Police say they can't speculate on the motive. The victim's daughter remains in custody as she was arrested and charged Wednesday.
Prime Minister Mark Carney says talks over relief from the U.S. tariffs likely won't restart until CUSMA comes under review.
My judgment is that that is now going to roll into the broader CUSMA negotiations. So we're unlikely, given the time horizons coming together, to have a sectoral agreement.
CUSMA comes up for review next year, and Canada will begin formal talks with the U.S. in mid-January. Prime Minister Carney also said Canada and the U.S. were close to a deal on tariff relief for sectors like steel, aluminum, and lumber. But that was before Ontario started airing anti-tariff ads in the U.S. Ontario Premier Doug Ford has no regrets.
Well, number one, that was the best ad that's ever been run, 12.4 billion views. We wanted to bring it to the attention of the American people. And be very frank, it was President Trump. If he didn't comment on it, rather than 12.4 billion views, it might be 12.4 people viewing it.
Carney making some faces when Doug Ford was asked about the ad. The ad angered President Trump, and he cut off trade talks with Canada after it aired.
A woman is in hospital with serious injuries after she was struck by a vehicle in Vanier, and police say the driver fled the scene. The collision happened on MacArthur Avenue yesterday morning between LaFontaine and Lacasse Avenues just before 10 o'clock. Police say the woman was walking on the sidewalk when she was struck by a red Dodge minivan that did not remain at the scene. She was brought to hospital in critical but stable condition. Anyone who witnessed the collision or who might have some dash cam footage is asked to contact Ottawa Police.
Quebec's health minister stepped down to sit as an independent to a major blow to Premier François Legault's government. The sudden departure of Christian Dubé deals a significant setback to the CAQ party. His resignation comes after he pushed for a controversial bill to change the way doctors are paid, including basing some of their salaries on performance targets. The Quebec government has since backtracked on some of the contentious aspects of the deal, which doctors now have until today to vote on. A former NASCAR legend is among 7 people killed in a private plane crash in North Carolina. The Cessna burst into flames skidding along the runway at a small airport north of Charlotte. The jet had just taken off from that same airport but turned around and attempted to land. The plane is owned by former NASCAR driver and avid pilot Greg Biffle. His family confirming tonight that Biffle, his wife, and 2 kids were on board and among those killed.
Ontario Provincial Police are reminding drivers that a cat doesn't count as an extra passenger. Officers stopped a woman driving alone in the HOV lane on Highway 417 near Terry Fox Drive. OPP say she mistakenly believed that because she had her cat with her, she was allowed to use the HOV lane. She did receive a $110 fine and 3 demerit points. The Ottawa Senators picked up a big win on home ice last night.
Power play. Down low. Anderson pulls up. He scores! Capitalizing on the power play, and the Senators take a 1-0 lead.
That first goal was from Captain Brady Tkachuk, who scored twice during the game. Final score 4-0 for the Ottawa Senators. They are coming off a 3-game road trip, but they are back on home ice at the CTC tomorrow to face Chicago.
A Northern Ontario baby is showing it's never too early to get into the holiday spirit, joining along with her mother's Christmas choir.
You can see, like, trying to follow along.
So cute.
Just 4 months old, and little Senna has already racked up over 6 million views for appearing to mouth along to the choir's Christmas carols.
Oh, a fellow singer noticed the infant trying to sing along and recorded the adorable scene. I cannot. This is just, look at the baby just looking at her mama, trying to mimic what the mama's doing. I cannot.
It's moments like those too that are now like captured on video from like somebody else, probably not even to do with the family.
Yeah.
And now they have that forever.
Oh, right. And I mean, the mom's a singer. Probably little Senna was in the belly and she probably heard mom singing along, and now she's like, oh, I know this. I know what I'm supposed to do.
I know these words. I heard this song one time before.
Oh
so
my
cute.
Goodness, that's so sweet. I love those viral videos.
Yeah, those are the best.
Feel-good moments, absolutely. Our forecast, not the best today, Will. We're in for some messy weather, especially later on this afternoon. It's mild this morning and wet. We have a special weather statement in effect, and that's because we could see up to 20 millimeters of rain by later on this afternoon before this system changes to snow. Temps really warm, though, already this morning, sitting at 9 degrees, 13 in Cornwall, Brockville, 8 over in Montreal. So we are seeing wet weather. We will continue to see this rain until about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock this afternoon. That's when we're expecting it to change to freezing rain, and that's because temperatures are going to drastically drop starting around 11 o'clock this morning. So rain this morning until then. Around 2 o'clock is when we could see some freezing rain. So 2 to 4 we could see freezing rain, and then 4 o'clock is when we're expecting some snow on the way. So rain until about 2 o'clock, then some freezing rain, and then some snow. 10 to 20 millimeters of rain, and then about 2 centimeters of snow. So very messy weather on the way. Temperatures will go from warm this morning all the way to cold later on this afternoon. By 4 o'clock, we'll be hovering around -1. So temperatures will drop pretty quickly. As we head into tomorrow, not so bad. Skies will clear overnight tonight. Sunshine for tomorrow, but then Sunday, we have more snow on the way. We are expecting snow for Sunday, some light flurries on the way, which will kind of continue off and on next week. So more snow on the way as we head closer to Christmas. So it's definitely looking like it's going to be a white Christmas. Recess forecast is really going to break it down on how these temperatures are going to shift from warm this morning to colder this afternoon. Recess this morning, we're seeing that rain, but temperatures still warm, sitting at 8 and 6 degrees. Normally, this is the opposite. It's colder in the morning and warmer this afternoon. And then later on this afternoon, you'll see temperatures a little bit cooler, sitting at 3 degrees by 1 p.m. And by 4 p.m., we should be sitting around -1. So it'll show you just how fast temperatures will drop later on this afternoon. Over the next couple of days, again, we're going to see messy weather today, but then it's much calmer after we get through today. 8 degrees, temperatures already hovering at 9. We're seeing that rain into snow, chance of freezing rain this afternoon, dropping all the way to -8 later on tonight. -3 for tomorrow, -2 on Saturday. A beautiful weekend. This is actually very average. This is where temperatures should be hovering for this time of the year. Sunshine for Saturday, then some snow on Sunday. Next week, a chance of scattered flurries Monday, Tuesday, and even on Thursday.
All right, and with that forecast, we got to talk about the road conditions because it is going to be a messy day, especially if you have any traveling to do outside the city. Currently looking at our roads, seeing that rainfall continue on and heavy at times, reducing the visibility out on our highways. Definitely leave yourself a little extra time and a little extra space between the vehicle in front of you. On your Friday morning commute, we don't have any collisions or accidents to report at this time, but over the next few hours as temperatures drop, we have that rain to freezing rain and then snowfall later on today, so it is going to get quite messy out there. Lots of windshield washer fluid. Definitely keep that top in mind if we're traveling over the next even day or so, and just be extra cautious out there on the roads. Melissa, what's
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
Well, it is Friday, and that means new movies to watch and in theaters and at home. And Matt Damaris, Mr. Hollywood, is here to give us his top picks. And I have something to tell you. I went to the movies.
Yes, and?
I saw Zootopia with my daughter, but I finally got to go. It's been a year.
Fantastic.
So once a year, I get to go.
There's another one that we'll talk about today for the kiddos.
I love it.
But we got to start back in Pandora because, listen, Avatar, Fire and Ash.
This is the only pure thing in this world. The fire came from the mountain, burnt our forest. My people cried for help. But Ava did not come.
Wow, the animation has really come a long way since the first one, right?
Oh, it's
wild.
No, that's exactly what these movies are. Just a breathtaking spectacle. I mean, look at this. I saw this in an IMAX 3D screening, and I was blown away, Melissa. So this is number 3 in the series, and it's another blitz of, like you said, that striking visual splendor and excitement and action. You know, it's James Cameron. He never bet against James Cameron when it comes to an action extravaganza, even if it is 3 and almost a half hours.
Oh, it's a long one. Okay.
But you got some banshees in this one, and it's lots of fun.
Then you get your popcorn, you relax, and
absolutely.
you enjoy.
Oh, it's definitely a popcorn movie. And so is our next one.
Okay.
SpongeBob's back.
Long ago, one sailor fell under a wicked curse. The only way to lift this curse is to find the world's most innocent soul.
I'm ready.
Okay, I'll tell you why I love SpongeBob.
Yes.
It's because there's adult, you know, jokes inside, but then my kids also love it equally.
My kid, he's 7. He was counting down the days. Yeah, and he loved it. He thought it was so funny. He wanted me to mention that. And and by the way, so did I. I also laughed quite heartedly here. It's silly, and it's frenzied, and it's gleefully ridiculous, and that's why it's great.
Oh, it is so good.
But you also got a great voice cast, including Mark Hamill. He's that ghost pirate.
Ooh.
And there's also some fun themes at play about friendship, and yeah, you can't go wrong with some SpongeBob this holiday season.
And this one, he's searching for SquarePants.
That's right. It's called it's called Search for SquarePants. This movie. Yeah, there you go.
I love it. I love it. And last but not least,
The Housemaid.
Hi, Millie. Hi, Mrs. Winchester. Oh, please call me Nina. Come on in. So, why do you want this job? I just really enjoy being a housemaid. For the right families, of course. You know this is a live-in position, right?
so it starts off like it's a little cute, cheerful movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't end up that way, does it?
It definitely does not, because this movie takes you on a roller coaster ride of twists and turns. It's lurid, it's tawdry, it's diabolical, and it's also very, very satisfying. And I was locked in. I was like, what in the world is going on here? And no spoilers, of course, but it is really, really fun. Juicy is a good word.
Okay.
I want to use juicy, but of course you recognize the cast. Sydney Sweeney, Amanda Seyfried, Brandon Sklenar. They are great, and you will have a great time. This one, just take a big bite out of it and enjoy.
Sydney Sweeney has so many different looks. Like, she really can evolve into so many different characters.
She can. I feel like she's been in almost every other movie that we've talked about this year. She's
absolutely.
the it girl.
All right, let's talk about your top 5.
Yeah, we got to talk about Rob Reiner.
Yeah.
We lost him this week, and I'm a big fan of his movies, so I put together a list. If you wanted to celebrate the man, you can't go wrong with any of these.
Wow, look at these names.
This is Spinal Tap, started it all. When Harry Met Sally, that's the thing, he went to different genres. Stand By Me, this is a great one that I watched countless times. The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
That's so many people's childhoods in one movie.
Right.
And of course, my favorite happens to be Misery. You know, I like me some horror.
Yes.
With Kathy Bates, but absolutely, Rob Reiner will be missed. He made some
incredible films.
fantastic movies.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We truly appreciate it.
Thanks, Melissa.
And lots to catch up on this weekend. I love it. Well, coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, we are checking out some 3 hot properties. We have our guest standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge this morning. He'll be joining us next. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam this morning, and yes, a wet start to your day, but mild temperatures hovering around 9 degrees, seeing some rain. And it's time now to check out 3 of Ottawa's hottest properties. We are so lucky because Steve Walsh is here from the Walker Group, and we have some great listings to showcase to you. Good morning.
Good morning, Melissa. Honored to be on this morning.
Oh, so great to have you here. And the first property you're taking us to is in Canada.
Yeah, this one is at 108 Margaret Ann Drive. This is, as you mentioned, in Canada. It's a beautiful 2.2 acres.
Wow.
The owner has been there, custom built bungalow. As you can see, lots of natural sunlight in this home.
Wow.
One of our favorite parts of this home is that you're surrounded by nature. So much space. You've got 3,000 square feet on the main level. As you can see, the skylights, lots of bright natural sunlight, updated kitchen, quartz countertop, double-sided wood-burning fireplace. Lower level is also dug down a little bit, so you could have multi-generational living. There is options for, there's 3 bedrooms down there, a full bathroom.
Oh, wow.
So really presents a lot of options for buyers who maybe want parents to live with them, or just a great bungalow space.
Or even adult kids with their families.
You got it, yeah.
We're seeing it all nowadays, right?
That's it.
And a great price for what you're getting inside as well.
Yeah, it's priced really well. It shows really well. It's a really, really nice property.
Okay, absolutely beautiful. Up next, you are taking us to Riverside South.
Yeah, this one just came on the market yesterday. We're at
brand new.
Yeah, brand new, 119 Canby Road. We're just 1.125 million. This is a Richcraft Baldwin model, 3,000 square feet.
Wow.
Perfect family-friendly model here. We've got 4 bedrooms up top with a loft den space, chef's kitchen.
Wow.
Premium lot. This one backs on to no rear neighbors. There is a school in the back, but the creative and the smart thing that the owner's done is they planted nice vines in the back, so you do really have a privacy in the summertime. Just upgrades galore: hardwood, countertops, beautiful kitchen, finished basement. Just a great space for family, especially at a time like this.
This is a beautiful spot, and like you said, just listed yesterday, so it's hot and it's brand new.
Yeah, we're excited about it.
Okay, amazing. Last but not least, you're going to take us over to Findlay Creek.
Yeah, these are some brand new townhomes that we have by a reputable builder, Tamarack.
Yeah.
This is the end unit that we're showing here, the Harmony model. It's just under 2,300 square feet, a 4-bedroom.
Wow.
With the end unit, you get those extra windows on the end, lots of sunlight. All the models have hardwood flooring, quartz countertops, 3 bathrooms, a gas fireplace. This is really just a great size townhome, perfect for a starter. And Tamarack is offering, if you're a first-time buyer, there is incentives to potentially not pay the taxes.
Wow.
So that's something that if you're interested in, you could contact our office or contact a Tamarack representative.
I've been through these Tamarack homes. The one thing I loved about the townhouses, once you're inside, you don't feel like you're in a town. There's so much space.
That's it. High ceilings, 9-foot ceilings. So yeah, you really have a lot of space to work with.
And their finishings are absolutely stunning as well, right? Like you're getting so many upgrades as well.
That's it.
Amazing.
That's it. Yeah.
And how could people get a hold of you if they want to check out any of these properties and of course so much more?
Yeah, our website is www.walkerottawa.com, or you can reach our office.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. And coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, it's a fun event raising funds and food just before the holidays. We'll tell you more about the big bounce happening this weekend. That's coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa.
And here are your milestones for this Friday. Happy birthday to Joshua, who turns 11 today. Looking forward to a fun B-Day staycation at the Brook Street Hotel this weekend. Plus, is lots of love from Mom, Dad, Nathan, Gus, Grandma, Nanny, Grandpa, and all your aunts, uncles, and cousins. Go look for a special birthday surprise in the mailbox. Joshua, head over there and then maybe send us an email. Let us know what was hanging out in that mailbox. We want to wish Aria the best 13th birthday from Mommy and Daddy, Brother Jaden, Nana, and Papa and Uncle Whiskey, who say you are such a beautiful person and they love you very much. Happy birthday from all of us. We got a happy 12th birthday from Abel, from Aunt Louise and Uncle Rick. Happy birthday, everybody, as we cruise up to that Christmas day. We want to keep it rolling throughout the rest of this year, though. If you have a milestone, celebrate it with us here on Your Morning Ottawa. Send us the announcements for kids 13 and under, 100 or more, or wedding anniversaries 50 or more. Just email us Your Morning Ottawa milestones at ctv.ca. Let's take a peek outside, and feeling like the winter is leaving us shortly with the rain in the forecast, but then the snow reappears just in time for Jolly St. Nick. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back. It's Friday, December 19th. A 43-year-old woman is facing a charge of first-degree murder in the death of her mother, who is a retired Carleton University professor.
A big win for the Ottawa Senators in Pittsburgh last night.
And the big bounce is happening this weekend. We'll tell you how you can get in on the fort, maybe build a fort, and support the Ottawa Food Bank. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Good morning. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning. I am Melissa Lamb.
I'm Willie Yellow. Rosie is off today. We still got a lot of fun planned for you throughout the next hour of our show before we head into the final week before Christmas.
Oh my goodness. It seems like it's just gone by so fast. I feel like, oh, it was a month away, and all of a sudden it's like days away. It's less than a week. It's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I felt like even like last week when you and Rosie were talking, you're like, oh, you know, we're just under 2 weeks away, and all of a sudden it was, oh wait, now we're 6 days away. It happens quick.
The countdown is on. Absolutely.
All right, we're going to start with our news story, our headline, and it is a tragic story. A 43-year-old woman is facing a charge of first-degree murder in the death of her mother, a retired Carleton University professor. Police say officers were asked by a concerned community member to do a wellness check earlier this week. Officers were called to the home on County Road 2 in Lansdowne, and when they arrived at the home, they found her dead. Police have identified the victim as 78-year-old Catherine Graham. Her daughter, who does have the same name, 43-year-old Catherine Graham, is charged with first-degree murder. The victim worked for years at Carleton in the School of Public Policy and Administration. She's also being recognized for her volunteer work in the Thousand Islands area. Here's more from police.
We don't believe there's anyone else involved in this, but we still have to continue collecting evidence and talking to witnesses. And as part of that, if anyone does have any information that could shed light on what took place prior to the killing, we want to hear from them.
In a statement, Carleton writes, Graham was a distinguished scholar, leader, and public servant whose career profoundly shaped the fields of public policy, local governance, community development, and Indigenous policy in Canada. Police say they can't speculate on motive. The victim's daughter remains in custody. She was arrested and charged on Wednesday.
We are less than 1 week to Christmas, and families are thinking of ways to stay healthy and get together, but this troubling flu season has health officials concerned.
Anyone over the age of 6 months can be vaccinated, and unfortunately anyone can get serious complications from flu, and anyone can pass away from flu complications.
We learned this week 3 Ottawa area children have died from complications due to flu, and the rate of infection detected at CHEO is 44 times higher than last year. Many children have stayed home sick from school this week. Ottawa's top doctor says it's not too late to get your flu shot and advises you that you should stay home if you're not feeling well. The Kingston doctor ordered to repay the Ontario government hundreds of thousands of dollars will have her case reviewed. Dr. Elaine Ma took her fight to court after she was asked to give back $600,000 she charged OHIP during the pandemic. Dr. Ma billed the province for the drive-through vaccine clinic she ran. She mobilized other physicians and medical students to help administer the vaccine, but the Ministry of Health came back and said it was an improper use of billing. Dr. Ma is disputing that claim, and the court has now agreed to a judicial review. The ruling, written by Justice Wendy Matheson, says it was unreasonable for the Health Services Appeal and Review Board to state there were not extenuating circumstances during the pandemic. The case has been referred back to the board to determine the amount Dr. Ma should reimburse OHIP.
The suspect in the Brown University shooting has been found dead after a tip from Public Health Police cracked the case.
Law enforcement collectively believe that we have the person that we identified the person and that person is dead, and that he was the person responsible not only for the Brown shootings, but for the Brookline shooting.
Police say Claudio Valente was a former Brown student and Portuguese national. He was found dead Thursday from a self-inflicted gunshot wound inside a storage unit. Investigators believe Valente is responsible for both the shooting at Brown and the killing of an MIT professor.
There are weather warnings across the country today with active weather in all 10 provinces.
Well, this is a real humdinger when it comes to clippers.
This was the scene yesterday in Manitoba. Heavy snow, chilling wind, a deep cold. Crews have been working around the clock to restore power and clear roadways in the province. Across the country, there are blizzard, rainfall, and even flash freeze warnings in place this morning as this storm moves into Ontario and into Quebec. Of course, we'll get you up to date on the forecast in just a few minutes. However, what would you do if your taxi pulled up and this guy was behind the wheel?
So many things
yes.
come to mind from the get-go. So Jefferson Castro decorated his taxi to look like a sleigh, including plastic reindeer and lights. Plus, he's clearly dressed as the Grinch. Castro says he's trying to spread holiday spirit around Lima.
I love this. Much better than going around the city to steal all of their presents and decorations before pushing it off the side of a mountain. That's for sure. This is great, just spreading holiday cheer and spirit. And could you imagine, though, if you ordered a taxi or a driving service and this showed up, you'd be like, wait, what? I don't understand what just happened.
It's like one of those things where, like,
laugh.
would you go in?
Yes.
Would you trust that that's actually the taxi that you ordered?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he looked pretty honest. The Grinch, no?
I think so, too. Yeah, I mean, the Grinch at this time of year has been known to be untrustworthy at times.
True.
And if you catch him during the time where he hasn't figured out that he needs to be helpful, you could be in some danger.
I guess if you find him before his heart grows, that's the big question.
I mean, we're getting close. We're not quite at Christmas yet, so I think he's in that dark scene.
Well, we do have a special weather statement in effect for us here in the city today, and that's because we're expecting about 10 to 20 millimeters of rain. So you can see this is the peach coloring on your screen. It extends for Ottawa, Hawkesbury, Cornwall, Smiths Falls, and out through the valley. Areas in Brockville, rainfall warning, same with to the north of us and more Tremblant, Montreal, and Kingston. There is a wind warning in effect this morning. You're going to expect some very intense winds later on this afternoon. For us here, temperatures this morning, very mild, already sitting at 9 degrees. And yes, it is a little bit wet out there to start off your Friday morning. 9 degrees in Kingston, 13 already in Brockville, Cornwall. So we're dealing with this wet weather. This is what we will continue to see over the next few hours. So this will continue until about 1 o'clock. That's when we'll start to see this shift. So rain today, 10 to 20 millimeters. This pink band is when we will see that shift. So it looks like around a little bit earlier now, around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock is when we could see this band of freezing rain. And you can see some areas it will be quite extensive. Not sure how long the freezing rain will last, but it could be anywhere from 1 till about 4 p.m. By 4 p.m., we'll see this switch over to snow. On top of all the rain, we're expecting about 2 centimeters of snow this evening into your overnight. Everything will clear up tonight. Tomorrow we have some sunshine, but then more snow on the way as we head into Sunday, and even next week we have more snow. On top of the rain, we're dealing with these stronger winds gusting out of the southwest, 30 up to 40 kilometers an hour this morning. However, winds really picking up speed this afternoon. We could see them gusting here in Ottawa, 40 to 60 kilometers an hour. So some very intense winds this afternoon, which will continue into our evening. So blowing snow will also be a factor later on tonight. Areas of Kingston, you could see they're almost in this red and purple coloring, and that's because they have a wind warning. They could see winds gusting up to 90 kilometers an hour later on this afternoon. So keep it in mind along the 401, it's going to be intensely windy later on this afternoon into your early evening hours. The winds will then calm down into your overnight. Today's high, well, we're already sitting at 9 degrees. We will actually start to drop temperature-wise sometime around 11 o'clock this morning. That's when we'll start to see temperatures drop slowly, all the way to -1 by 4 p.m. So temperatures will drop quite significantly over the next few hours. -8 is the overnight low tonight, so cold into the overnight. The weekend is actually looking quite beautiful. We have very average conditions for this time of the year. -3 and -2 are the daytime highs. Sunshine for tomorrow, then a bit of fresh snow for Sunday. Monday to Tuesday, there is a chance that we could see more scattered flurries on the way. On your roads this hour, here's a look at your time saver traffic. Still collision free, which is great news. We haven't seen any major issues on the drive-in, just dealing with some wet pavement. It is very slippery out there as well because of all this wet weather, so just give yourself some extra time on your drive-in, but it looks like traffic is fairly light this hour.
Well, a pair in Stittsville are holding a food drive for the local food bank. All kids are welcome to have fun, and they get to meet Santa. The organizers join us just ahead of the break. They're standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge and looking festive from what I can see on our cameras. Through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, it is not feeling like winter today with all the rainfall. And when I say today, I mean the next few hours, because then snow comes a little bit later on. Stay with us, everyone. We will be right back.
Today's snow report brought to you by Calabogie Peaks. Play outside at Calabogie Peaks, the big mountain close to home.
And here are your ski conditions for today, brought to you by Calabogie Peaks. Right now they are closed, but don't worry, we have fresh snow on the way later on tonight, so it's going to be much better for our ski hills as we head into the weekend. Camp Fortune, Edelweiss, Mont Cascade, and Vorlage are also closed for today. But like I mentioned, fresh snow on the way later on tonight and more of it on the way into the weekend, so we have some great conditions coming up for our ski hills.
Woo! Ski, snowboard, snowshoe, and hike. Calabogie Peaks has adventure and fun for everyone at calabogie.com.
Oh, we are back with another live local shopping spree, and we are excited to introduce you to a few businesses to help inspire your holiday shopping, especially if you need some last-minute items. Don't worry, we got you covered. Joining us today, we got 3 vendors. We're starting with Jenna, stylist from My Baby Shop. Good morning to you. I love what you have here today, and you know, it's perfect because I see a lot of good stocking stuffers, and there's never enough stocking stuffers this time of year. Tell me a little bit about what you create here with your company.
So My Baby Shop, we focus on high performance, high quality, organic, non-toxic, BPA materials. Since a baby's skin is soft and sensitive and delicate, we believe at My Baby Shop we provide like the highest quality materials, since the baby skin absorbs everything. So from the organic cotton to the bamboo, everything is safe and non-toxic.
I love that, right? Because especially like as a newborn, you want the best for your child. You want it to be the healthiest. You don't want to have to worry about those extra things. So what are some of the items that you brought with us today you can highlight?
So this is great for like holiday events. This dress, the organic corduroy in green, can be paired with an organic cotton sweater we carry. Also these tights here to complete the look, as well as some adorable leather shoes.
The shoes, like in all categories when it comes to like babies and all, they have to be one of the cutest things in the world. Like they just like, how do you look at that? And then you not go like, look how small the feet are.
Yeah, no, they're so sweet. And like the baby socks get me every time. You must pair it with organic cotton socks, right?
Well, it's the natural fix, right?
Yeah.
Between the two.
They're just the most adorable.
And then you also have some clothing up here too. What are some of the items?
Yeah, so now's the time to splurge on cashmere. So we have some baby soft pink cashmere jumper, right? Fun for the holiday season. Might as well splurge on the luxurious items. As well as we have some classic prints here. The gingham print in the green, great for this holiday season.
Yeah, the perfect color for right now too, right? A little bit of that green Christmas cheer.
This fun cardigan, old and organic knit cotton. Great layering piece.
And what's the difference too? I know, like, you know, when you talk about like the difference between having like the organic cotton and what's going to be great chemical free, how have you found the difference between people who wear this as opposed to they go the other route?
Once people, we see a lot of repeat customers. Once they buy organic cotton, they tend to stick with it because they see the quality. So yeah, once they get going on it, they just keep coming back.
That's it. Well, Jenna, we really appreciate you stopping by this morning.
Oh, my pleasure.
All right, we are coming on to Vibe the People. Good morning to you, Ruby. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. I love what you have here today, and we've got the Christmas colors going on.
Yes.
Before we highlight this, tell me a little bit about the company.
Oh, sure. So Vibe the People is a print-heavy streetwear brand based in Canada that merges form, function, and style, as well as incorporating elements of Y2K and punk into the clothing.
I love that. How did you even come up with that concept? What was like the starting point? Because it is really unique.
Oh, yes. So I'm all about expressing yourself through fashion, and I really wanted to make a brand that would encourage people to express their own individuality.
I love that. Okay, so you brought some of the items with you today. Walk me through how you designed this and what some of the details are.
So these are handbags as well as a shoulder bag, and they're inspired by the iconic zebra print.
I love that. And why the zebra print? That obviously must speak to you. And I love what you're wearing, too. I love what you're wearing, too. What kind of speaks to you from that? Because you talk about expressing yourself artistically, and how do you kind of come up with ideas like that?
So I'm heavily inspired by, obviously, punk as well as animal print. And I find that the zebra print is so unique. Not one single print could ever be the same, just like anybody else.
I love that. And obviously you brought some items here today. What else items do you have that people are interested in purchasing from you?
So I also have some dresses on my website, vibethepeople.com.
I love that.
And it's made in Canada, Montreal.
Oh, see that's an extra bonus for you. Well, we really appreciate your time this morning. Thank you for sharing your craft.
Thank you.
All right, spin move. Angela, we're coming to you. I promised you I'd do the spin move.
Yes, you did.
Did I let you down?
No, not
I didn't. Good morning to you. Tell me a little bit about your company, because we got a bunch of goodies here.
Well, I'm here on behalf of Mike George, our founder. He started the business in 2018 and left the military. Now we have 3 stores to serve you across the city. We have over 40 different flavors of olive oils and balsamics to try. And we have all of your last-minute gift giving needs covered. So everybody off of your list.
Which, all of us at some point in time are going to be those last-minute kind of I need ideas.
Yes.
So what are some of those ones you have with us? And I love that. Over 40 different flavors
Yeah,
of the olive oil.
possibilities are infinite, from cocktails to salads to you name it.
We don't have enough time to go over all of them, but I wish we did. All right, so let's go what you got today.
We just have a few different gift sets. We've even created one for Santa, because we know that he has a sweet tooth, so maybe instead of cookies and milk, a little bit of chocolate balsamic and some orange balsamic and a little olive oil.
Yeah, we could always change it up. The cookies and milk can be there, but why not just add a little flavor to it too?
Yeah, absolutely. And I did bring a sample for you to try.
Okay.
Yeah, so a little rosemary olive oil and some red apple balsamic if you are up to it.
Oh, that sounds good. And I'm Italian at heart, so this is very good for me too.
We have our small batch imports that Mike brings in exclusively from Italy, which really separates us.
That would be
super fun.
So good. Where do you use this primarily? Is this with certain salads or meals? Like, where do you find this particular flavor?
A nice meat marinade for lamb or salads. Absolutely. So it's a very versatile combination.
I was going to say, so I'm known as the meat man here at Your Morning Ottawa, and I went steak, but then as soon as you said lamb, I feel like the flavors in this would pair perfectly with the lamb.
Enhance and absolutely.
So good. So you have a couple of locations where people are looking for some stocking stuffers or like just great gifts. Where would they find you?
Yeah, so we have 3 locations. Our signature center in Canada, and we have a location in the Glebe, and our original location on Wellington West.
Oh, well, we appreciate your time, as well as Ruby and Jenna. Thank you all for being with us just ahead of the Christmas holidays, and I wish you all a happy holiday season.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a peek outside through our sky cam on George Street, because it might not feel like the holidays over the next few hours with just rain and an 8-degree high. But Melissa letting us know snowfall's on the way just a little bit later this afternoon. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
If you are looking for something fun to do with the family this weekend, look no further. Yes, this is like the jungle gym of every kid's dreams. We have Dave Thompson here and Tammy Allaire to give us the details about the big bounce happening this weekend. Good morning to you both.
Morning, how are you?
I'm good. I saw this and I thought, wow, my kids would absolutely love this. Give us the details on what's happening.
So Sunday, December 21st, bring a non-perishable food item or a minimum $5 donation per person to CHEO. Come in and enjoy all of our bounce castles that are supplied by our partner Max Games.
Okay.
It's the biggest indoor inflatable park in Ottawa, and we host it inside our facility at Max Games.
Okay.
This is our second event that we've done, and we're hoping to surpass last year's charitable donations.
Okay, Tammy, give us the details on what people can expect when they head inside.
Just a lot of fun, all-day event. Like you said, we've got a lot of full inflatables everywhere. They're going to meet Santa. I think we've got some treats maybe.
We do, yeah. Favor Expression is coming in to give some treats to the kids on their way out.
Okay.
So that's exciting. You can play laser tag with Santa. You can bounce on the inflatables with them. We also have 100,000 square feet of field that you can come in, play soccer, run around, play soccer, play football, bring a ball with you, and come and enjoy the day.
And this is all happening in the Megadome, right?
It is, yep.
Yeah, so you're covered inside, so it doesn't matter the weather because you're indoors and you're protected.
That's right. 100,000 square feet of fun.
Oh my
We
goodness.
can't wait. Last year we did just under a literal ton of food.
Wow.
We're hoping to surpass that again this year, and $2,000 to CHEO. So again, we're trying to push that envelope a little bit this year, and we thank you guys for having us on to do this and hopefully get more butts through the door.
And why is a fundraiser like this important this time of the year?
Fundraisers like this are important any time of the year.
Yeah.
We're always in need of more food for our food drives. We're always in need of more money for CHEO. As a father, you can't thank CHEO enough for everything that they do, right? So I don't think it's just this time of year, but always to do these fundraisers are very important for the community. All of our donations this year are going to the Stittsville Food Bank.
Okay, I was going to ask where the food is going.
There was Ottawa Food Bank last year, but because we're local to Stittsville, we decided the Stittsville Food Bank, so they've been a great help and a great partner this year. And we can't thank Max Games enough, who's been able to give us all of the inflatables and their time and their employees to come and help us do what we need to do to make this event possible.
And I know kids, they'll be looking to meet Santa. How can they meet Santa?
He'll be in all day.
Okay.
So he'll be there 10 to 3, taking pictures, giving out candy canes. He has little Santa coins with a little story he's got behind it on how he obtained those. He's looking forward to it. I know I spoke to him personally, and he can't wait to be there.
Perfect. And how can people get more information if they would like to learn a little bit more?
You can go to our Instagram page, our website at ottawamegadome.com, Facebook. So we've kind of plastered everything out on all our social media. You can find out the information there.
Incredible. And people can come down this Sunday.
This Sunday, 5315 Abbott Street East in Stittsville. Bring a $5 donation to CHEO or a non-perishable food item per person.
Okay.
We're open 10 to 3. Wonderful. Come in, enjoy the day, have fun, meet Santa, bounce, play laser tag, do all that fun stuff.
Incredible. And give back to the community, which we know is
That's the most important part.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both so much for joining us
Thanks so much, Melissa. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Will.
Melissa, the legendary Christine Crump is sitting to my right now because we're about to enjoy a nice meal from a new restaurant opening up at Hard Rock. You Noodle, Christine. These are for you.
Oh, thank you, Will.
And we will highlight all the delicious food coming up in our Your Morning Kitchen segment coming up, and we're feeling good about it. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
The most important part of any journey is to arrive safely. Hi, I'm Patricia Bowl.
And I'm Stefan Keys from CTV. Distracted or impaired driving can have devastating consequences.
Hey, it's Ashley.
And Gord from Ottawa's Pure Country 94.
Always plan for a designated driver, and please keep your phone down.
Everyone can help keep communities safe.
Drive safe. Brought to you by the Ottawa Safety Council. For more information on road safety programs and services, visit ottawasafetycouncil.ca.
Carlingwood Shopping Centre is thrilled to once again be working with Toy Mountain to help collect toys for families across the Ottawa region. You can drop off unwrapped toys by entrance number 4 here at Carlingwood Shopping Centre. Carlingwood Shopping Centre and Toy Mountain, helping families this holiday season.
Everybody, happy Friday, cruising just beyond 8:30. I'm Will Aiello.
I'm Melissa Lamb, and Will, we have broken a record this morning.
Okay,
a good record.
Oh.
Being the warmest, well, I mean, depends on how you look at it. It's the warmest, officially the warmest December 19th. We just hit a new record. 10.2 degrees is what we're registering right now at the Ottawa airport. The old record was set back in 1957 of 9.4.
Wow, so we are
almost a full degree over.
Cruising above that through 2025. I mean, it definitely feels like it because when you step outside, it's just pouring rainfall.
It is.
For now.
It's more like March, April weather.
I know. But all that's about to change kind of a little bit later today.
Yes, full details coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Melissa. We'll start with our news headlines. A 43-year-old woman is facing a charge of first-degree murder in the death of her mother, a retired Carleton University professor. Police say officers were asked by a concerned community member to do a wellness check earlier this week. Officers were called to the home on County Road 2 in Lansdowne, and when they arrived at the home, they found her dead. Police have identified the victim as 78-year-old Catherine Graham. Her daughter, who does share the same name, 43-year-old Catherine Graham, is charged with first-degree murder. The victim worked for years at Carleton in the School of Public Policy and Administration. She's also being recognized for her volunteer work in the Thousand Islands area. Here's more from police.
We don't believe there's anyone else involved in this, but we still have to continue collecting evidence and talking to witnesses. And as part of that, if anyone does have any information that could shed light on what took place prior to the killing, we want to hear from them.
In a statement, Carlton writes, Graham was a distinguished scholar, leader, and public servant whose career profoundly shaped the fields of public policy, local governance, community development, and Indigenous policy in Canada. Police say they can't speculate on the motive. The victim's daughter remains in custody, and she was arrested and charged on Wednesday.
Prime Minister Mark Carney says talks over relief from U.S. tariffs likely won't restart until CUSMA comes under review.
My judgment is that that is now going to roll into the broader CUSMA negotiations. So we're unlikely, given the time horizons coming together, to have a sectoral agreement.
CUSMA comes up for review next year, and Canada will begin formal talks with the U.S. in mid-January. Prime Minister Carney also said Canada and the U.S. were close to a deal on tariff relief for sectors like steel, aluminum, and lumber, but that was before Ontario started airing anti-tariff ads in the U.S. Ontario Premier Doug Ford has no regrets.
Well, number one, that was the best ad that's ever been run, 12.4 billion views. We wanted to bring it to the attention of the American people. And be very frank, it was President Trump. If he didn't comment on it, rather than 12.4 billion views, it might be 12.4 people viewing it.
And as you can see, Carney making some faces when Doug Ford was asked about the ad. The ad angered President Trump, and he cut off trade talks with Canada after it aired.
A woman is in hospital with serious injuries after she was struck by a vehicle in Vanier, and police say that the driver fled the scene. The collision happened on MacArthur Avenue yesterday morning between LaFontaine and Lacasse Avenue just before 10 o'clock. Police say the woman was walking on the sidewalk when she was struck by a red Dodge minivan that did not remain at the scene. She was brought to hospital in critical but stable condition. Anyone who witnessed the collision or who might have dash cam footage is asked to contact Ottawa Police.
Quebec's health minister stepped down to sit as an independent, a major blow to Premier François Legault's government. The sudden departure of Christian Dubé deals a significant setback to the CAQ party. His resignation comes after he pushed for a controversial bill to change the way doctors are paid, including basing some of their salaries on performance targets. The Quebec government has since backtracked on some contentious aspects of the deal, which doctors now have until today to vote on.
The suspect in the Brown University shooting has been found dead after a tip from the public helped police crack the case.
Law enforcement collectively believe that we have the person, that we identified the person, and that person is dead, and that he was the person responsible not only for the Brown shootings, but for the Brookline shooting.
Police say Claudio Neves Valente was a former Brown student and Portuguese national. He was found dead Thursday from a self-inflicted gunshot wound inside a storage unit. Investigators believe Valente is responsible for both the shooting at Brown and the killing of an MIT professor.
There are weather warnings across the country today with active weather alerts in all 10 provinces.
Well, this is a real humdinger when it comes to clippers.
This was the scene yesterday in Manitoba. Heavy snow, chilling wind, and a deep cold. Crews have been working around the clock to restore power and clear roadways in the province. Across the country, there are blizzard, rainfall, and even flash freeze warnings in place this morning as the storm moves into Ontario and in Quebec.
And in sports, the Ottawa Senators picked up a big win on home ice against Pittsburgh.
Power play. Down low. Anderson rolls off control. He scores. Capitalizing on the power play, and the Senators take a 1-0 lead.
First goal was from captain Brady Tkachuk, who did score twice during the game. Final score, 4-0 for the Ottawa Senators, who are coming off a 3-game road trip. They are back on the ice at the CTC tomorrow to face Chicago.
Mexico City has switched on the lights in its main square.
Yeah, there are Christmas lights. Hundreds of people came out for the formal lighting. The display includes lit-up poinsettias, colorful piñatas, and a giant lit-up tunnel.
Beautiful. I just love the festive season. I love seeing the colors and the lights and everybody coming together.
It's almost, I almost find it extremely hard to describe the feeling of Christmas. Charlie Puth, who's obviously a singer-songwriter extraordinaire, he describes why Christmas music is the way it is and why it makes you feel, and it has to do with the major and minor tone differences where they go back and forth, right next to each other as opposed to long pauses. And I find that interesting with stuff like that because the music
Yeah.
with the lights just makes you feel that way. So there's some
Absolutely.
crazy science behind it too.
And we're so lucky because we're spoiled. There's so many different places you could go to see the lights. We have the Magic of Lights. We have the Lansdowne Christmas Market. I know we're going to the Cumberland Heritage Museum this weekend. They do like an old-fashioned Christmas with a horse and buggy. And like, it's so fun. It's so magical.
The kids must love that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Who doesn't love it this time of the year? Well, we do have a special weather statement in effect for us here in Ottawa. That's that peach coloring we're seeing on our screen. That's because we're expecting rain 10 up to 20 millimeters. Of course, we learned we just broke a record for being the warmest December 19th, hitting 10.2 degrees at the Ottawa airport this morning. Lots of different warnings this morning. There is a wind warning for Montreal, same with down in Kingston, and then a rainfall warning for Brockville as areas in Mont-Tremblant. So a couple of different warnings, but at least it's not for extreme cold or blizzard warnings like in Manitoba. Temps right now, 10 degrees, 10.2 to be exact, and you can see very warm weather across the region. We are still seeing that rain. Looks like a little bit of sunshine trying to pop through those clouds as well. Temperatures in Brockville, Cornwall, 14 and 13 degrees this morning. Still seeing that rate in our radar screens this morning, heavy at times as well. That's the darker green on the screen. Some areas seeing some thunderstorm activity down in Brockville as well. You could see this orange and this pink. That's some severe weather down in areas of Brockville. For us here in Ottawa, we're expecting rain to last until about 1 o'clock this afternoon. That's when this system will start to flip over, and we could see bands of freezing rain from 1 till about 4 p.m. before we see some snow starting around 4 p.m. this afternoon. On top of the 10 to 20 millimeters of rain, we're expecting about 2 centimeters of snow this evening, which will continue into your overnight. The good news is into your day tomorrow, we have much calmer skies on the way. Those strong winds gusting for us here in the city as well, out of the southwest, 20 to 40 kilometers an hour this morning. But as you saw on the screen, it will pick up into the afternoon, and we could see winds gust 40 to 60 kilometers an hour this afternoon. Now, areas in Kingston, Montreal, a wind warning in effect. You're expecting wind gusting up to 90 kilometers an hour, mainly late this afternoon into your evening. It will then kind of taper off into the overnight tonight and into your day tomorrow. Temperatures today, we've already surpassed our daytime high, which is quite wild. We're sitting at 10 degrees this morning, and temperatures will then gradually start to drop around 11 a.m., hover around 0 for a few hours, and then dropping all the way to -1 by 4 p.m. So that's why we could see this change from rain to snow later on this afternoon. As temperatures hover around that freezing mark, though, there is a chance we could see some freezing rain, especially late this afternoon and on your drive home tonight. Strong winds, so blowing snow will also be a factor later on today. Dropping all the way to -8 tonight. Tomorrow, -3 is the high. Mix of sun and cloud. Beautiful weekend in the forecast for us. Very seasonal-like conditions for December. -2 on Sunday. Still looking like a white Christmas despite the rain this morning, and that's because a chance of snow from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and even a little bit on Thursday.
Weather brought to you by Yegendorf Rashid. Experience, knowledge, and a commitment to excellence.
Still no major issues on your roads. It's been a pretty light volume out there. We've seen lighter volume on the roads all morning long. Still collision free. Just keep in mind it could be a little bit slippery in some areas this morning, especially since roads are a little bit wet. So just give yourself some extra time.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
You should visit the Ottawa Christmas Market in Lansdowne this weekend. If you haven't yet, it runs through New Year's Eve and includes loads of shopping opportunities from local vendors, plus live entertainment, holiday-themed drinks, and lots more like skating, holiday movies, and Santa's Village for the kids and the kids at heart. Another great one to visit this weekend is the Miller's Holiday Market at 1D Studios on Conroy Road. This is a great way to get into that festive spirit with tractor rides, kids crafts, and a huge selection of local vendors helping you finish up your gift shopping. Great one to bring the family to or to check out on your own if you need a little break from all the craziness. The last up today is the Magic of Lights. You still have time to visit Wesley Clover Parks and see the 2-kilometer light drive-through featuring over 2 million lights, including Ontario's longest light tunnel. All proceeds go to CHEO, so all the more reason to bundle the family into the car, grab some hot drinks, and take a drive. Of course, lots more happening as we gear up for Christmas in the capital. For the full list and all the details, check ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, my name's Tanea Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Smelling good in here today. Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Ottawa has opened Phase 2. And at the heart of the expansion is UU Noodle Bar Ottawa, a bold new culinary experience inspired by the electric atmosphere of Asia's night markets. We got two executive chefs joining us this morning to talk a little bit more about it. Good morning to you, my friend.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Oh, yeah. Ooh, like with the glove shake too. I feel like my hand's like just not feeling ready to do some work. I love what we're going to be experiencing today. Tell me a little bit about what we have here before we get to the hot sizzling ingredients.
Okay, so we will be showing you some signature dish in our restaurant. First one is the Kung Pao chicken, and we handmade the dumpling. We call the Sichuan spicy dumpling, and we homemade the spicy chili oil sauce, and this will be steamed pork bun. So this we homemade the cha shao with the bun stuffing. Yummy.
Oh, I mean, it smells like it tastes like that good. Tell me about what inspired these dishes, because they are so good, and if people come and join you at Yu Noodle, you have some of these dishes that taste really good. So when you come in, what's the experience like?
I highly recommendation is like the Kung Pao chicken and the beef black pepper sauce and our handmade the dim sum. This will be most popular things in this town.
I love that. And you know, Hard Rock is also having, if people that want to travel at nighttime for New Year's Eve, they have a noon New Year's Eve, which is great too, so they can come experience you guys a little bit earlier in the day. But then on New Year's Eve at the nighttime, they'll be rocking and rolling too. So what have we made here now with the finished product? Because this is what I've been smelling for the last hour, and I've just been itching to get a taste.
Okay, well, what we're doing is basically caramelize the sauce with the chicken and then add the fresh spices. The contrast of this is to have the freshness of the spices and the caramelization of the soy sauce.
Oh, I love that. And what kind of inspired this restaurant to come to life? Because the atmosphere is so wonderful. You get a taste of the Asian culture in here. Tell me a little bit about that atmosphere once you walk into the Hard Rock with
What
this
we're
space
trying to recreate in the Juju is basically the Shanghai street food, okay? We try to produce everything from the scratch to give these flavors and try to transport the people to Shanghai to this kind of freshest flavors, fresh product. We do everything from the scratch. Also, one of the things that we want to introduce is hand pulled noodles. We're going to have a person that's a specialist to make the hand pull, and we have two signature dishes with that.
I love that. And you know what? It tasted so good and it was so steamy, we actually had to move it just away because it would potentially set off our fire alarm because of how good these spices and tastes are going to come through. So do you mind if I just, maybe make a little bowl and I taste a little myself?
It's no problem.
Oh, yeah. This is the right call, right?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. All right.
Babe.
All right. Hit me, my friend. Woo! Phase 2. Can I call this Phase 3, Christine? Yeah, I got the thumbs up from Christine Crump that I can call it Phase 3. Oh, yes. Oh, this is going to be so good. And look at that. We got Christmas red and green in there, too. We didn't even try to prepare for that. And then we got, what have we got over here? Oh, we're going to decorate a little bit more?
Yes.
So what are we putting on there?
Crispy peanuts, little bit dried chili.
Oh, thank you.
Happy Christmas.
Yeah, thank you. That's a perfect Christmas gift. Hit me, my friend. Oh, yeah, this is going to be so good. We're just going to make sure we get a little bit of everything. Before I bite into this delicious meal, if people are coming to try this out, to look at how would they best reach you, when you guys open, how would they get to you?
We just opened, we have the opening yesterday. We are open every day from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. and the weekends, that is Saturday, Sunday, from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Oh, amazing. Well, this is so delicious. Thank you to the both of you for coming and providing me with Phase 2, now Phase 3. And again, if you want to try them out, they're having an event New Year's Eve at noon if you want to go a little bit earlier. But then at nighttime, you guys are rolling into the evening as well. Appreciate your time this morning, guys.
Hope you enjoyed it.
All right, I got some more to eat here. We're going to take a peek at how you can maybe join us in our kitchen. Your Morning Ottawa at CTV.ca. We would love to have you on. Taking a peek outside through our Centennial Gas Skycam, and you know what? This is the perfect meal to make me feel cozy because it is nasty out there right now. Rainfall on the way, but setting a daytime record high before 9 in the morning in the capital of Canada. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Sledding is a quintessential winter activity. However, like any adventure, sledding also comes with inherent risks. Ensuring a safe and enjoyable experience requires awareness and preparation. Joining us today, we have Marc-Antoine Deschamps with the Ottawa Paramedic Service. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Of course, we love tobogganing sledding season, but it does come with risks. Talk about how we can prepare ourselves in terms of hill conditions.
Well, I don't want to steal the thunder from your weather segment,
Yes.
but it's going to become pretty cold in the next few hours.
Yeah.
So everything will freeze, which will make the hills very fast, very hard.
That's right.
The first thing, you have to pick the right hill.
Okay.
So if you go to ottawa.ca/sledding, you will have an interactive map of all the sledding hills that are approved in Ottawa, where
Right.
it's safe to do so. You can pick one close to your neighborhood that has the level of incline that you're looking for. And you can also have a look at the various conditions.
Okay.
So picking the hill is probably the most important
And
part.
just because you see other kids or other families out on this hill, it doesn't necessarily ensure that it's safe or the proper one for you, right?
No, so that's why it's important to refer yourself to the website and to the signage that's present at these hills. And even if you go to a hill, it might be safe on one side, but not on the other because of trees and other obstacles on the opposite side.
So know your surroundings and be aware of the hill that you are choosing. Let's talk about proper technique we should have when it comes to the sled and what we should be using for safety precautions.
So it's important that you pick the right sled. Something like this is probably one of the most ideal ones.
Okay.
Try to avoid saucers and inflatable tubes. Although they look fun, they cannot be steered at all.
So what makes this a good option?
Because it's a bit easier to steer.
Okay.
It's not like a car, but it has some steering capabilities.
Okay.
It's also important that you wear the proper helmet.
Right.
Protecting your head is paramount as you're going down this hill because head injuries is probably what we see the most in terms of injuries on the while sledding.
Okay.
So protecting your head with a proper helmet is extremely important.
And what about in terms of conditions? Obviously, you mentioned today, not a good day. It's going to be very icy. Are there ideal conditions when it's a bit softer, when it's a bit more snowy?
So if there have been recent snow, obviously the sledding will be a bit slower, but at the same time also safer.
Yeah.
And when you do get onto your sled, it's important that you sit in the sled and you go feet first. Although it might be fun again to go head first, but again, if there is an impact with somebody or an object, it will be a head and your spine that will take the blunt of the impact. So sit on the sled and go feet first as you go down the hill.
What about in terms of if it's a packed, environment, there's lots of people, what are some common safety practices people should keep in mind to ensure safe tobogganing down a busy hill?
You need to have your head on a swivel. You have to be aware of your surrounding and make sure that you use the path to go up and that you don't try to climb back up the hill using the path that people are using to go down. So be aware of your surrounding. The other thing that's important when you go tobogganing is that you dress appropriately. It's going to get very cold very soon, so you want to prevent frostbite, you want to prevent frost nips. So make sure that your kids are well covered, that they dress in layers, and keep an eye on them. Like if you see some waxy area of the skin, that might be the early stage of a frostbite. So bring them inside, rewarm it, and reassess if it's a good idea to go back out.
Do you see a lot of sledding injuries every year?
Fortunately, we don't see a lot of them, but it's important that people follow those safety tips so a pleasant afternoon with the family doesn't turn into a tragedy.
Absolutely. And what's that website one more time people can go to make sure the hill is safe?
Yeah, ottawa.ca/sledding.
Ottawa.ca/sledding for more information, and of course to make sure that the hills are nice and safe. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you as well. Here's a live look at our sky cam, and yes, as we heard, not a great day for sledding this morning. It's going to be icy this afternoon as we're seeing wet, mild conditions this morning, but then icy and cold later on today. What? It's Friday and I forgot my weather clicker, but thankfully we have such a wonderful team behind the scenes here today. Thank you, Adam. Thank you. Are you going to do the weather for me now? Do you understand what this board says?
No.
No.
we got snow and we got rain and.
Do you know which is which?
No.
Okay. I'll help you out. Thank you so much, Adam. See, it's the behind the scenes team that makes our team so great.
All right, so we've welcomed Weather Adam back
Yes.
into the forecast room here because, Melissa, I think he needs a little redemption and some training.
I do. And I need to ask where this was because it wasn't my fault that I couldn't find it.
Okay,
it was like hidden.
Yeah, it was hidden under the computer screen.
Upside down.
Upside down like this. So.
Oh, okay. So it's my fault. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to help you out with
I have
this?
the remote. Is this like the Wii? Do I get to?
Okay, it's pretty easy. Wind warning is the blue.
Right. Okay.
The
So Montreal's in trouble.
Yes.
Okay.
The pink is a special weather statement, rain, lots of rain. So Ottawa.
Okay, yeah.
How much rain could we potentially see, Adam?
Well, it's 10 to 20 millimeters, so that's pretty good,
Look at
man.
the camera.
10 to 20 millimeters. I forgot. I guess got to be camera
What
safe
about
here.
the green here?
What's that? There's trees. There's trees. There's got to be.